Buonasera tutti, good evening, welcome to Fate's Grip.
Body Sarah Poopy?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
The topic of conversation over the last, I don't know, my memory is, I don't know. Ugh.
Fun fact
2
about
minutes.
poop.
Yeah.
Promethean's character in my campaign spent the first whole episode fighting the poops because
Makes sense.
of a pastry he ate.
Solidarity.
Makes sense.
Solidarity.
We are at episode 17, Korth. And this evening's topic of conversation is, so, yeah.
We had to fill in Ivor's character and what he was doing all last episode.
Of course,
What's your
yes.
favourite
Which
food?
then, yes.
Escalated.
It was,
Completely.
Ass out the window.
Yeah, the whole time.
Peaches.
Peaches.
It says Ivor got like a Flander butt.
Huh? Nah, he's cheaped up.
Yeah.
What?
So, shout outs.
A little fat poking out the back.
Yeah.
You okay? You good there,
They're
buddy?
like two little cherries side by side.
What the fuck? Okay, moving on. Hey, welcome to Fate's Grip. Back to you, Michele.
Thanks. So, we have some shout outs.
Metamucil, everybody.
Can you imagine if we got endorsed by that?
Jordan to be thriving.
Yeah.
Telling you,
Sorry, shout-outs.
get on the muse.
The spruce moose.
So, with that beautifully thing out of our minds. So, we've got a couple of things to shout out. I'd like to just shout out the fact that we've got our episodes up on YouTube. Thank you for our new subscriber as well. Just subscribe, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Damn, Daniel.
We've got, and now unsubscribe. We've got our Ko-fi. We've got, so you can donate to us if you like what you hear and see. Apple Podcasts, we've, as usual, got the Spotify podcasts up as well. Last week's episode I'll put up tomorrow. And last week's episode of our campaign is up on YouTube now. Also, you can always subscribe to us or just chuck us a follow or just look. And
hang out,
we
you know?
appreciate you nonetheless.
Come chill.
Thank you very much for joining, saying hi,
Twitch
not
chill.
saying hi, just enjoying yourself. That's what we are here to do as well. So outside of that, if anyone didn't know, we were at Supernova, which was really cool. So that was fun. And we had a good time. We had a good time chatting to people who watched us. Lots of people turned up, which was awesome. Introducing...
Like we'll be at Brisbane. That's fun.
the Brisbane looks good and on the cards as well, which is nice. And yeah, correct, Promethean, exactly right. Regardless of your interest in us or not. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why Promethean's here.
Yeah. But that's all the shout outs I've got.
I got some shout outs. Hey, we got merch that you can pick up. There's some new merch coming soon. I think a Team Lava shirt is in the works. Thorum's lotion shirt is in the works as well. And some other stuff that we can come up with.
Fourth wall.
Yeah, fourth wall.
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
And another shout out this Friday at 7:30 p.m. You can come hang out for the next episode of Echoes of Divinity.
Nice.
Where Ben will be there.
Yeah, well,
So
I'll
will
be there.
Promethean, even if he doesn't like it here.
Well, you're in the right place, Groundsman. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're just starting.
We're just
We're not ending.
We're not ending.
We're literally just doing our pre-show shout-outs. You've come in at the perfect time.
Perfect time. Okay,
Great.
goodbye, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't believe I just missed it.
shout out to our new member, Jeannie. 3rd episode.
Yes.
Got a solo scene last week, and I,
Yeah.
out of solidarity, did not watch it.
Okay.
Mm.
Right.
That's
Everyone else is like,
Ben
yeah,
was
I
like, I would like to watch this. And
I
was
never
like,
said that.
Did you watch it?
No,
Are you lying?
I'm not lying. Emily wouldn't let me.
I heard it today while
No,
driving
I genuinely wouldn't.
Huh?
He was like,
around. I heard it today while driving around.
Jordan!
Boilies.
What?
Cheating!
It's not my fault.
You're just too good at separating real life from D&D, so you're good. You're fine. No hassle at
I feel
all.
abused.
What other shout-outs do we have?
Betrayed.
Betrayed.
Last Whole Games. They'll scan your face.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Last Whole
They will
Games.
scan your face and make a mini. I believe they're going to be at Tabletop con in Brisbane. So if you're Brisbane based, wow, that's my one.
Yeah.
If you're Brisbane based, you can go check them out. They're a lot of fun. Really nice group of people as well.
Yeah.
And on roleplay.
Yeah.
If you like augmented reality better than real reality, which I certainly do, you can check out on roleplay to elevate your campaign. 20% off. 20% off your subscription.
Sold out.
Use the code Fate's Grip. Hey, Michele, back to you.
Hey,
Thank you.
was this your card?
Oh my god. No.
Not a psychic.
So, wow. We're going to go into it now, get into the
Yeah,
game, and I'm going to
correct.
do a little bit of recapping. Bear with me while I bring this up and this up. Alrighty. So, everyone.
What? What did you say about taste buds?
You're just like,
Oh, yeah.
and then I said all 10,000 taste buds.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it right
Oh,
on
the
the
ice cream man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I hate it.
Okay, great.
I need
I
to,
don't
I
know
need to
that.
be.
Yeah, let's talk about that on the
educated.
break. Okay,
We'll all
great.
watch that together.
Oh, I'd like to watch that.
Cool. All right. So, where we left off from last week. Hey, good to have everyone here.
It's good to have groundsman here. Welcome.
Yeah.
Again.
So, as last week left off, the orcs on the trading airships left when the prophecy was proven by Lila. After getting to know each other a little more, you discovered stores that were not meant for your eyes, those of House Thuranni, some potions, letters, and coins with your name and faces on them, and an unusually large ruby. Now, you travel ever closer to Korth, with the knowledge of a druid named Scobby, and the thought of a
That's right, I
dwarves
forgot about Scobby.
and the thought of a dwarves ass hanging outside the airship, needing fiber, are wandering in,
Weighing down one side of the ship, careening off course.
are wandering in the Talenta Plains, and a pocket egg in the back of all of your
Oh,
minds.
yeah, the pocket egg.
Oh,
So,
didn't I give that to someone else though? I don't have the pocket egg anymore.
I thought that went to someone else, yeah.
It's in
I think I
the,
gave it to you.
went in the bag.
Oh, when
Yeah,
in the,
it's in
the bag.
pocket,
And we're
yeah.
waiting to see if it disappears in 10 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
these are just thoughts at the back of your minds as you now come together again on the deck of the Cloud's Fury. You can see that
Glad I didn't make the joke I wanted to.
you can see that your companion at last has exited the lavatory, and Ivor
In the window?
emerges as well above in the main deck as well.
Feeling good.
You've been going for a whole day. You alright?
I wasn't, but I am now.
Take a look. Does he look flushed?
No,
Right,
it actually looks
yeah.
quite calm and collected.
Is he
Skin.
taller than the average dwarf?
Yes.
Can I get you some milk?
No. No.
No, you're okay.
No, I don't think I'll ever take a cup of milk from you without any context.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You are look lighter, like more lithe.
Still that milk avoidance, I guess. What'd you guys do?
Why did everyone look at me?
Well, while you were away, we did uncover a couple of secrets, and who's got the coins?
Don't we all have
Everyone.
our own
Diamonds,
coins?
yeah. I don't know. Do I know who's got his coin?
You do.
I'll shell through and be like, flick it at you.
You have a hold of this coin. It's the size of a copper piece, but it's not copper. It's a burnished gold, and it has the profile of your face on it.
Nice. It's on the other side.
The other side of your face. It's simply your face on both sides, as you are shown. Each of your companions' face as well are on their own unique.
Is there any writing on it or anything distinct like that?
Nothing else unique about it. No, just your face.
Ja, they're from that House Thuranni.
Huh. A gift?
Nah, we pilfered them from Steve's chest. I also got this, and I'll half concealed show the giant ass multifaceted ruby.
Shaped like an egg,
Nice.
and it's almost it's just a little larger than
Pocket egg.
it's a little larger than an ostrich egg. It is quite massive and multifaceted and beautiful and expensive. Though there are no other particulars about it that you can see apart from it being an enormous ruby.
It's beautiful.
Stop me.
Is there anything magical about it, or is it just a big old ruby?
No, it was in a stone hand of, what is the god, like Korth or something?
Can't you also tell that yourself? You're the wizard, right?
Yeah, but that'd take time. If you'd already figured that out, just ask.
I look around at the ever-traveling airship that we have endless time on.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah, it's Kol Quran. Let's go. Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Holquran is the god of trade and wealth that you and that you remember.
Yeah, I broke his hand and then he fixed it.
The hand.
Nice.
Lila adds, the hand was around the ruby as if holding it initially. Whether from a statue or something other, I'm not sure, or we are not sure. But I had mentioned that the ruby can be a magical conduit for some quite powerful spells, and we decided to take it with us, though it is possible it could be tracked, so we must be cautious.
Nice.
Also worth noting, it was concealed underneath a chest in like a hole in the ship.
That was also magically disguised as a barrel that was booby-trapped and locked.
Does the captain know that we have this?
Oh no.
Okay.
Gotcha. And I got all of these, and I'll pull out one of the vials. There's a whole bunch of these potions here.
You can see that these are blue, gold, silver, red, and green different vials of each color, 5 colors in total. They are small, quite tiny, only a couple of centimeters tall, with glass with a small cork on top of each, and then wrapped in a small string just to keep it airtight. They look quite inky in appearance. Initially, without opening them, it's difficult to understand what they do, but they are metallic-y, inky in appearance.
Yeah, they smell all chemical, not like natural, like a potion.
Like,
Has anyone drank one yet?
Oh, you can if you wish.
If you have
Is that a good
some
idea?
form,
Probably
some
not.
form of a death wish, then go for it.
Well, I don't
You want to spend another day hanging out the window?
know. No, I'm good on that.
The other option, like I've said, is we could just throw one off the side of the ship. See what happens.
But we
Well,
won't
it
see
might be
'cause
the
it'll-
cause of the wildfire that we...
Yeah.
If it's that dangerous, we might see it.
What if we tip it into someone else's drink and then just see what happens to that person?
And they die?
Well, I mean, you'll be here to heal them.
Yeah.
I guess that's true, actually. I
Moral ambiguity. I'm okay with it.
could. Is there any... Well, I mean, perfectly... Annalise and I actually uncovered that an elf here named Kiranol Selena.
No.
Selena?
I thought it was Keira Knightley.
Kira Knightley, for short.
Kieran Nolly?
Kiranoli?
Solino.
Selena. Kiranoli Seleno.
You okay?
Is a elf that we had some interest in after reading the ship's manifest of passengers, which is also linked to the suspicious jewel that was probably stolen, knowing House Thuranni. And their name was on a letter, was it?
Yeah, it's noted that we were totally awesome and they were keeping an eye on us. But he wasn't to interfere, just watch us.
So we assume the coins didn't always have our faces on them, they were smudged.
Oh, they're like our likenesses to send off.
Yeah, it's, I'm assuming for people to try and find us.
Yeah, but there
or
was like
identify.
200 in there.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Made from gold, all of them?
I assume so.
Yeah, like some of them were like people we met.
No.
Like that Dream was on one.
So we've got our own collectibles, basically.
Yeah.
Neat.
We should actually make them. Fun fact, it's not even in character, that's just a...
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't. That's why I was like, I don't know how it's...
Lila says, so I think we better keep these to ourselves. I'm not sure whether we should let the captain know, but it's possible that he knows about it, or because it is his ship, or he may be completely unaware. And we're looking for this elf. We're looking for this... Well, it may not be an elf. It may be simply a member of House Thuranni. It's...
Do I know, or does anyone... I'll ask the group. Does anyone know what their identifying marks are? I can't remember too much about it, except for...
It's like
Displacer Beast is the logo.
A what?
A Displacer Beast?
kind of like a big cat with
Tentacle.
big whiskers,
Tentacles.
tentacle.
Tentacle
yes.
whiskers?
Tentacle on its back, I think.
Tentacle cat, of course. What?
I believe it's pronounced Korth.
Can I roll history and see if there's any other things that might identify someone? Anything
As a
going on?
member of House Thuranni?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Don't worry about it, man. Say 1 plus the 2.
4.
You don't, you can't remember, and the name House Thuranni is very vague to you. It's not a house that you recognize too much.
Yeah.
Lila's,
Didn't you get a letter for them?
Yeah, you gotta deliver that.
Well, there's one on the ship. Maybe you could use that as like a subterfuge way to get in.
Oh yes.
I got a letter for you.
Wouldn't I have to know who they are first?
Yeah, okay, I'm a wayfarer. It's what we do.
Yeah, but what, do I just to everyone on board?
No, it's
Just make a public announcement.
Oh,
Be like,
Well,
hey,
actually not.
where's Kira Knightley?
it's actually not a bad idea.
yeah. Didn't you say all like the
Someone
Oh,
people
yeah.
in the ledger were like doors and stuff?
Someone's holding
Yes.
a bunch of signs on Christmas Day.
Just look for an elf and go, hey, are you Kira Nole?
Ah,
I got this for you. Blip, blip, blip.
of course.
Handy hint, it's not her.
I figured it wasn't you.
Why would it be me?
Because you're slightly elven.
It's not me.
I'm not too sure about his intelligence either.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it wasn't you because that's not your name.
No.
Well, you never know.
And you were with us when we got to this ship. All right, so I guess I'll pull out the letter and.
Should we advertise it so much, though? Because she's already
Yeah.
suspicious of us, right? Or they are already suspicious of us.
Might let them, might tip them off. We
Why don't we
should-
just go find out where they reside on the ship?
I mean, if we move about the ship just to different areas and we see the same face keeping an eye on us.
But also, I'm not on the list.
No, that's true.
Not yet.
But you have a coin, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
We're not
I
far from the list.
could pretend to
Perhaps.
deliver the letter and be like, hey, I'm new. Here's a letter.
Yeah, maybe, actually. That's not a bad idea.
Can you disguise yourself?
Would she even need to?
Right now, I don't know.
Do you
Can
have
I
a
disguise
spell? Do you have a spell that says you can?
If you do, it will either be a disguise
self.
kit
No.
or disguise self. And if you don't remember popping that into your spell list, then
Probably not, hey. No.
Should be
And if I can, we're just going to say I had a moment of, no.
Just up here.
But
I could borrow your hat, and then that's a disguise.
Oh no.
And then just for 5 minutes, and then that works as a disguise.
Or
and
30. Or an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have a change of clothes?
Do you have a second hat?
No.
Do you have a pretend hat that looks like the hat, but it's not a hat?
No.
But it is, but it's not that hat.
This is a very large gesture of faith. Okay. There's a couple of rules that come with the hat you gotta understand. One, don't put yourself in the hat because you'll 100% die.
Okay.
Nothing living can go in the hat.
Okay.
You can throw whatever.
Including your hand.
Yeah, including
So
your
my
hand. Don't stick, like, if you're gonna put something in the
don't
hat,
put your hand in
drop
the
it in the hat. Don't stick your
But if I
hand.
put the hat on my head, does my
Oh.
brain then not...
I'll flip it over and I'll show that the lining unbuckles. So there's like a barrier protecting the
Okay.
rest of the hat
Okay.
from that.
Okay.
Anything.
So yeah, this is why, this is the majority of my is making sure you don't get killed by my hat.
Okay.
Second thing, if anybody gives you a letter, you have to take the letter. You can't
Okay.
be like, no. So on your way to deliver the letter, you are obliged to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody tries to take a letter from you, you have to die stopping them.
Sorry?
It's just part of the rule. You can't give up. You can't give up
You
the
have to
mail.
die.
That's it.
Okay.
It's a
Does
non-negotiable.
this mean that she is officially a wayfarer?
No, you have to swear an oath. And there's some other stuff.
Maybe not.
Yeah. There's a
But
whole
can I
thing.
wear the hat and not swear on the oath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. That's fine. The hat's not like. I don't think that's a rule. No one
Okay.
told me that.
Yeah,
Don't lose the hat. It's super valuable. They're hard to. It's not like.
Have you ever tried to kill anybody with the hat?
Yeah.
Just what?
Unbuckle it and
Stick it on the head?
Suck them inside.
No, that's why I got made. Because that's how I killed that thing.
Huh?
Remember I told you about the turtle? Saved that turtle? That's how,
That you killed.
yeah, I killed. No, I didn't kill the turtle. I
yeah.
killed
Sorry, I
the
was
thing.
confused.
The turtle was fighting something, and I killed it by
If you
smacking it with a
had
bag of holding
to make a
over its head.
tally,
Mm.
how many people have you killed?
Oh man.
With the hat or without the hat?
Both.
Directly or indirectly?
Both.
Okay. Boy, can I bookmark that one for like
No.
a little bit
No.
just to figure out?
No, I'd like a number.
Lila says, I think he's just trying to figure it. I think he's got more than two, so maybe give him
Oh,
a few
yeah.
No,
minutes.
I'm genuinely curious.
I think she.
Like all the people that we've killed in our adventures together.
No, before that.
Yeah, but I'm saying all of them plus, like, that.
Are they, have we actually killed anybody though? They're
Yeah.
mostly undead.
Hold on. Don't give him an out.
I've never killed anybody innocent.
How many
Define people. Like,
sentient beings
what, a demon?
that have
So a demon
a
counts?
moral compass?
Hey, whoa,
Well,
come on.
demons have a moral compass, not a tiefling. Like a full-fledged, full horn. Full horn,
These aren't good enough for you, buddy.
no remorse.
Stop deflecting. I would like to know.
Do demons count?
Yes.
What if it was like in a battle?
Yes.
Oh.
You have still killed people.
You fling like a catapult. If you fire off a catapult, that could kill like 30 guys. You'd never
Okay.
know.
And the
So
catapults will be fun.
summarize.
Oh, like probably like over 100.
Can I roll insight on that, please?
Have you been authorizing drone strikes?
No. That's why, directly or indirectly.
I mean, it's not great.
But we've like killed like
It's just a 9.
There's
But
no.
I feel good about doing it.
at least 30 in the time we've been together, if you think about it.
I thought it'd be that many.
I mean, I'm minusing Lila's mum, but that would have counted that one.
There's no deceit here.
Like a lot. I'm a
Interesting.
dwarf. My life is not as long as.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm
I'm
not.
a dwarf. I kill people.
Well, no, I'm not as long lived as an elf, but I live longer than your average mortal.
She's a half elf.
A half elf. There you go. But I live longer than your average mortal, and I've been adventuring for most of that time. Bandits and goblins and kobolds and demons and more
Demons.
bandits.
Just you.
And the orc. No, not just me. Renly and the other wayfarers. That's what we did.
type of demon?
Miscellaneous? I don't know. Listen, we didn't have time for dialogue. It was insect looking and had like blue fur on it and whatnot. It's bog standard.
Can I history check that?
You like to history check blue-furred demons?
Yeah.
Sure.
Blue furry demons.
Better. That's what you described.
It's like
That's
Nightcrawler.
what you described in our first ever episode.
Nightcrawler.
Yep.
X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Or it's Sully
16.
from Monsters Inc. Like,
It's one or the other.
yeah. There's no in between.
Yeah.
I guess, with that roll, I mean, there are demons disguise themselves. They there's not a huge amount, but there's emerging documentation, and you know with your lore that there's plenty of books that regard demons of all shapes, colors, designs.
Sonic the Demon Hog.
There's
Fuck you, NBC.
just the description of a blue demon is just not enough information to really understand specifics.
He's insectoid looking.
Is there anything more off of that? Insectoid blue-looking demons with fur?
But like that, like fur you get on a bug, like that bug fur. Like the back end of a
Like
spine.
hair.
What did you roll? 16?
Yeah.
Like sticky hair.
Yeah.
Not enough. No.
Not any kind of name or anything of any type of. Just anything.
Ben!
The closest that you understand, though it's not a demon, the closest description is a creature known as a thrycreen. A thrycreens are
Thigh cream. Poor Michaela, he's trying so hard. We're just ruining his day.
a thrycreen.
You don't have to give me anything.
What's that?
You don't have to give me anything.
No, that's right. This creature is not a demon, though. But from the description you've been given, minus the bluish fur, which even then could have been, it could be part of the chitin that makes up the body of these creatures. It's insect-like in appearance, but nothing more specific than that.
Speaking of a thigh cream,
Thigh cream.
Are they demons that look all buggy and blue looking?
I mean, it's the closest thing that I could think of.
Probably then.
But they're like normally chefs, and
Well, it was eaten.
they're not like soldiers or anything.
It was eaten.
I enjoy grilling you because you get all sweaty just here.
I'm sure that Thrycreen enjoyed grilling too until he killed him.
Yeah, probably. Grilling people. I don't know. It does feel like I'm getting interrogated. Yes.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, we've missed you for a whole day.
Yeah, I was on the poop deck.
So you got.
Is that what you've named your room now? Is there like a cornered off area?
Yeah, I noticed that. Putting up tape. But no,
That's
it
toilet
was-
paper.
Are we in your bedroom?
No!
No, not. But no, I mean, I think if we added up it'd be a pretty staggering number for all of us if we added it up. How many people have you killed? It'd be like at least a dozen at this point.
No. I think the plan should be hat,
Uh-huh.
hat.
Hat.
Yeah.
We all position ourselves in various different areas where we can see
Here's my hat.
Annalise.
Does anyone have a hat?
I don't actually.
No, you usually do. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
And we watch on while you try to deliver the letter to whoever it may be.
Perfect. That's crazy. It fits.
like a double.
You wouldn't think it, but it does. Perfect fit.
There we go.
Just
Nice.
suits you.
Thanks, I can't really turn very well. Sorry, I stopped listening. I was too busy looking
I don't
at
think
the
hats
hat.
are made for dwarves though. They're
No,
stubby
we
necks.
will just perch ourselves in various positions
Okay.
and watch you to make sure that you don't die.
So I then give...
And if you do, well, sorry.
But we don't know who Kira Nolly is.
Just start
Do you want me to just
knocking
start?
around.
Yeah, I'll give you the letter
Oh.
as well.
Start just asking people.
Didn't you say that there wasn't There's like the only elfin name on
Yeah,
that.
majority of the people who are here on the ship are dwarves other than us.
What
So an elf
if
would stand out?
And a traditional elf would stand out, right? Yeah.
the only like catch to this is if she, he, they can disguise themselves. And if that's the case, then just ask everyone.
Well, also, if we think that these people are like tracking us, why don't we just read the letter and get some intel?
Whoa, hold up. That's one of the rules. We can't read the letter.
Yeah,
Aren't
but
you
this is
supposed
it's
to die?
generally a rule that you don't murder like 80 people or whatever you think you've murdered.
No,
So
it's fine. It wasn't murder. It was in the service of delivering letters.
If we tried, would you
Yeah, I'd have
throw yourself and your
do
life?
something about it. Yeah. I'm like honor bound. I swore an oath. It's like the only rule I've
What
got.
happens if you didn't know we opened it?
What if we were? What if we were to cast some form of spell on you? To I don't know who does magic.
Ooh,
Me.
Lala
I'm the one.
slowly puts her hand up.
Nah,
Oh,
me.
Would
yeah.
you like knock him out or
I have.
yeah, remember your big speech for
there you
that?
go. She can make you sleep,
Do you want
and
a nap?
then you would never even know.
No.
Yeah, remember that big speech you did about Rolenza, about spinning her around, and you're like, "There's always a way around these things."
Yeah.
So we
Not this thing.
could make
Loopholes.
you sleep,
Nah. The rules are.
What
but
if?
you wouldn't.
What
even
if
know.
I read it because I can't read? Does that get around it?
Yep.
But can you comprehend what it says?
Well, no, I could open it and then I'd look at it, and then maybe one day when I can read, I'll be like, "Oh, you know that thing from like 9 months ago? This is what it said."
What about this? And then I'll be like,
The
written.
thing is, if you saw me open that letter, would you ever trust a wayfarer with your letter again?
What if
I
you
would
open
never
it,
trust
but we
you.
look over your shoulder?
I'm the last person that's allowed to open it.
Oh.
I like the sleep idea.
Friends, trust me, we can do this without betraying all of our morals
Okay,
and
let's start
destroying this
nothing
ship
first.
in a horrible battle.
Oh, no,
Lila,
you're-
don't make your first act as a free person to
Your
betray all your
morals.
old values.
She's not free yet.
What if?
Don't start your new life as a piece of shit.
What if you and I just walk over to the end of the ship, and then maybe hypothetically speaking, they were to open the letter, read it, and then
Oh yeah,
Locke-
once
but
they've
then
got
Locke-
it, then
but-
you can open.
But then Locke does
What
the
if
mending
we-
and seals the letter, and then we come back and you're like, "Oh, the letter's there. It's all good."
Once they touch it,
What
it's
if we
delivered.
pushed
Then
you off the ship?
Then,
What?
Huh? Then I'd die.
There's like a portal.
Then I'd probably die.
Oop.
No,
Straight back in.
then I would wait. Maybe not this time, but probably like 40 episodes from now when it really matters to you and I get my revenge.
Right. So you said that once it's delivered,
Yes, once the recipient's laid a single finger on it, it's no longer in my care and you can open it up once you detach whatever finger is still holding onto it.
okay,
Right.
how come? Why don't you just deliver it?
Yeah.
And then I'll
Just make
steal
an
it off them.
announcement. Like a
Yeah.
town crier.
Do they have to have it in their hand? They can't just be in the mailbox? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, little
Yeah,
microphone.
I suppose if it was in,
If it's
their
been
mouth.
delivered to its location.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, you know now, no matter how much you might fucking hate me, you can give me a letter. No, I mean generally, not like in a real like hatred, but like a fuck this
We
guy.
could work on it.
Yeah, like that. No matter what, you know if you give me something, that I'm not gonna open it, and I'm gonna take it where it needs to go, and that's why it's so important.
Annalise, it looks like you got something on your mind.
I have a question.
not a
The piece of paper that we looked at, did that show us what room everyone was staying in? Or was it just our...
Yes.
I don't recall we got that information.
No, the manifest only showed the names of the people on board.
Surely that would be a thing, though, right? They'd have to assign the rooms in some kind of
Yeah.
a way.
Then you could slide it under the door, then kick the door open and read it.
Yeah. Or like put it under a little bit so that it's under there, but then like leave a corner sticking out and then just like and pull
It's
back.
like most of the time when you open a letter, it doesn't have context. You'd think it would. Like you think it'll be like.
How do you know?
Is that a spell you could do, like detect context?
Because of all the people I've had, that's also why the number's pretty high. Sometimes you have to hand a guy a letter, then kill him to get it back.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh no.
So you delivered. Well, we look at the letter first, see how it's like sealed, and then maybe you're good with pen and paper. Why
What if you hold up?
Why don't you write a letter as if it's from them? That's like, oh hey, these people are no longer points of interest. Leave them alone, and then seal it up, and you deliver the letter, and I'll do the old switcheroo. And then we read their letter, and then they get one that's like, don't worry about it.
Don't we haven't delivered this letter though?
No. He's saying that you deliver it, but we take it back and we
Because
replace
it's in
it.
their possession,
Oh, then yeah.
morally okay for me to.
Yeah. It's more like it's like a deal. It's like you gotta do it. Trust me.
Oh, I
But
could
what if the
just knock you
fake
out.
letter isn't anything to do with what they're actually writing?
You could.
Bam!
Yeah, that's the point. So we get the real one and find out what their
I
communications
mean, I would
are.
need to know if it's signed off.
What
Is
if
it
it's
got
a
a seal
reply
on
to
it?
another
This letter will say something like, hey, person's name, some vague instructions that don't make sense, some personal stuff without context that won't make
It
sense.
might not be. It might
Inside
be something
joke.
really saucy.
Nah, it's not. And if it is, then it's probably going to be awkward. Saucy letters are.
It could be a love letter.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that works.
I don't know. We already stole all their stuff, so they're probably going to be sus anyway. But you could write a letter that's like,
Anyway,
hey,
Imagine
leave them
going on those
alone. They're not
Canadian
important.
raccoons.
Redirect your
The
attention
blue
to,
thing in the back.
I don't know, Kabara.
oh, if they die, we can open it too. Then
Oh, even better. Let's just kill them.
and then it's a null delivery.
Well, we could just go back to the old-fashioned. Let's go
kill them.
ask them what the fuck they want with us.
Yeah.
But
Also
is the
that.
point of the letter not to find what they look like?
Yeah.
I think she just stands up and goes, hear ye. I have a letter for this person. Please come and claim your
You've
letter.
still got to do your show. Everyone's going to be at one
You
place at
could
one
get
time.
a randomly. I have spoken with the captain. I've seen the list of names, and I have chosen a volunteer.
Oh,
Congratulations,
let's look at the list of
randomly
names.
assigned volunteer.
We're going to do this thing. And then we're going to know that
We're
that's
going
that
to
person.
saw you in half.
That's a super solid choice. That's a great idea.
And then we do. We saw him in half.
That's actually a really great idea.
That was a joke.
Oh.
No. Like the not the sawing
Ah,
him
those.
in half was the joke.
Oh. But no, I'm down with that. That's great.
How many nights until his show?
Whatever doesn't require me to break my
3.
sacred oath.
That's okay. We could wait it out for 3 nights. Maybe that takes the heat off as well. We've stolen the things, hung out, waited it out.
How many elves are there?
1.
Why don't we just go ask that one elf, hey, you this person?
That's what I
Have
said
you
like
seen that
10
one
minutes
elf?
ago.
Have you seen them around?
He might be hiding.
That's true.
We weren't
Is there any
sure.
deckhands nearby? Like people who work on the ship?
Where's
The-
the elf?
You're
real.
You're almost in the very center of the ship. On seated,
We're all arguing
seated,
in the center of the ship. Broad daylight. Let's
seated,
cut him in half!
seated at a table where it's you are kept or left alone for your troubles. You are speaking, I would assume, in a quieter tone that doesn't draw any attention to you from the rest of the crew and also other guests aboard the ship. Thus far, you have seen plenty of deckhands, lots of dwarves that have been pulling on ropes and tightening the sails and shouting instructions, commands here and there. A lot of the guests in the evening that is now are just hanging out over like leaning on the edges of the ship, just looking out into the horizon at the forests continually below you. So you're left alone. There are some deckhands around though, yes.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Hey, you know that one elf that's on the ship?
This golden bearded dwarf, long beard, youngish looking.
Actual gold?
No. He looks towards you in a bit of a curious, confusing look. No, I haven't seen him.
You know who I'm talking about, right, though? You haven't seen...
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, no.
Who keeps the register of the passengers?
Captain Wintermed.
All right, we'll go talk to
We've
him.
already seen that.
Yeah, can we just go ask Captain Winterman where that elf's at?
So that's all you needed.
Yeah. No.
Good. And he walks off.
Oh, thank you, man.
I think we just wait for the show. I think that's the easiest thing.
We also have like a wizard who locates people,
Oh yes.
and we have all this stuff that we stole of them.
I don't know if I can do that spell.
I'm not talking
No.
about
No.
you.
Right, okay.
I'm talking about a useful wizard.
I am, well, fucking, how do we use them?
Lila says,
She's just enjoying the hat
yeah.
that we're not using for the plan.
That's
anymore.
fine.
Oh, do you want the hat back?
Yeah.
Now you've got to wear it for the rest of the session.
And here's the letter.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, roll sisters use.
Lila says, so what would you have me to locate them?
Yeah, you've done that for us before. We've got all these items here that I guess belong to them.
That is if they had their hands on it potentially.
Well, who
But I
else
would also
hide it?
I would need to also know the person at least as an acquaintance. If they haven't seen an elf on the ship, it means that they are disguised and I have not seen them before.
So we need
The chances are quite small I would be able to find them. I can attempt it.
Of course.
All right.
That's
Take
how
that
that
back.
spell works. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, at least my excuse is I don't use much magic.
My magic's different. It's more shit.
It's more damaging.
Yeah.
And illusion.
Yeah.
You are skilled, just need a bit of learning, that's all.
Nah. I learned from the streets. I did.
Street illusionist.
Yeah. Street
Which
magic.
tees up perfect to the show that we could wait for.
Yes.
And we could just actually enjoy our time on this ship because whatever God knows that we are going to be incredibly
she's
busy when
willing
we
to.
land.
Yeah, we should probably sleep in shifts though now that we've stolen all this stuff.
Yeah, Ivor can watch first, considering he has had more rest than the rest of us.
I don't know if you call it rest, but okay. Sure.
Sitting down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
No.
we did all the hard work.
I don't know if you know what I was up to, but it wasn't easy. Um,
Lila says, so we're waiting 3 days for Ivor's performance, calling up the name, and then hopefully outing their presence, correct?
Why not?
let's do it.
Very well.
Sounds safe.
I'll rest and I will attempt to locate person enchantment to attempt to locate them sooner than the 3 days. But if that is the aim,
Is this going to break your spell for hiding the contents of what we've
no,
acquired?
it won't.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll leave you all to relaxing, and I will.
What, you don't want to spend time with us?
Oh, if you'd like me to attempt this immediately, just so we can get it out of the way. Otherwise, I'm happy to stay. I'll come back. And she gets up and walks away slowly, giving you a
It's
wave.
like, wow, these people are fun.
And
They can't make a plan. They can't.
It's a good plan. We got a plan. Find this elf.
unless you would like to do anything specific, please let me know. But the next 3 days,
I'd like to spend all of my time taunting Ivor.
okay. The next 3 days will
I
pass.
don't care.
Every now and again, a hard-hitting question.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's the word that, yeah.
tell me about your parents.
Parents. They're dead. Like all of us.
That's rough, buddy.
The next 3 days will pass uneventfully. But during that time, is there anything particularly you'd like to do? You, over the next 3 days, just to clarify, there is no word of anyone reporting out loud, at least, the happenings of your visits to the hull where you saw and procured these items. You don't hear any whispers of any elf aboard this ship over the next 3 days either. There is simply utter silence, but a
Anyone
pleasant.
that like considerably hangs around us more than others.
the only person or people really you see more than others are a lot of the crew, which you now start to recognize by face, and Captain Winnemed, and you see tirelessly, day in and day out, the two House Lyranda wizards atop the ship, controlling the air elementals and the flow of the ship, as they are still confined and moving through the air smoothly and without pause. So if there's nothing that you'd like to do, 3 days pass.
I'll probably continue to do the tutoring with Rin if he wants to.
Cool.
Already done spell scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you a message about a letter.
Lovely.
Writing.
Yeah, perfect. No problem.
Yep.
All right. So realistically, you meet each other again for the meals and whatever other conversation you'd like to have in passing. Otherwise, you are kept quite unbusy throughout this time. But as 3 days pass, the environment, though it doesn't change, and you don't really see any difference in the beautiful expanse of trees below you. The greenery is still lush and unchanging in its beauty, and that smell of that pine and the birds fluttering around, traveling almost with you, doesn't change.
Can be a pain.
Mm-hmm.
If Captain Widmed permits it, can I chart down parts of the other continents
Yes,
that
you
are
can.
outside of Corvair?
He gives you the map.
Oh, okay, cool.
He gifts it to you. He has plenty up-to-date maps as well. You have a map of Eberron now,
Okay.
which gives you all the major cities and the land masses and approximations about where they are and the latitude and longitude. So you put that into your possession. As the third morning and day comes to pass, you are now only a couple of days out from Korth, and you now are hearing whispers from the crew. And Captain Winneman is not shy in his announcements of this.
We can
Loudly,
rest, can't we?
yes you can, or long rest. Not shy in his announcements for a performance that has been promised to the crew and to the guests for entertainment and services for the travel.
There's one thing I want to do before the performance.
Sure,
I want to talk to the captain. He carries 2 pistols, right?
he does.
Captain Winneman, what are the chances I could borrow one of your pistols as the grand finale of my show?
From the Warforged, quite shiny, chiseled, formed face, you can see his eyes that are glowing slightly.
Keeping in mind, I give you my wayfarer's oath that I will give it back to you. Like a letter.
Like a letter. Put it in an envelope and then I'm
Yeah.
sworn to.
Really, I'm just delivering it from you to you. Think of it like that.
And
This is why.
I may need to ask for what purpose you are requiring one of these two. Only one?
I'm going to lean into him and I'm going to whisper the following.
As you do send that to him, and are you doing this privately or in the presence of?
Oh, privately.
Okay, for the purposes of this, then you are in his captain's cabin. Okay. In the meantime, while you send that through, you all notice that Ivor once again isn't with you, but the excitement is growing, and the guests aboard the vessel, the crew are all whispering to each other and guessing as to what the performance will entail, what magical effects will happen, and what surprises lie in store. As you gain no new information, though you do have the map now,
Is any Nightwood Ale going on?
There is, and you've been able to.
Like 9 a.m. on the beers.
Oh, is this 9 a.m. you're doing the illusion show? During the day?
I am.
Not at night?
I'm saying that's the time now, not the time of the show.
Oh, I was like, nah, man. Everyone needs to be at least a little bit lit. Like all shows.
Yeah, I'll wait to have a drink until show.
Especially this one.
I will, I guess while Ivor is off preparing, I would turn to the rest of us if we had all gathered, I guess, to meet. And I would say, just in case everything goes horribly wrong, I don't think we should all be in the crowd together. I do think the plan should be, maybe we split up in pairs, maybe we all on our own, but just disperse amongst the crowd. Watch on in case something goes wrong. Thoughts? Prayers?
I mean, there's not
hopes?
really like anywhere that we can run to if things go awry.
No, but it would be nice if we're not all in a collective area of striking, for example.
Well, I could get up into the crow's nest, and
Great. You won't be able to hear the show from up there, though.
but I could link with like 2 of you, and I could keep an eye out from above.
Great. I can just hide off somewhere in the wings.
I kind of stick out a little bit.
You do.
Perhaps I'll just.
You could be
in
the
crowd.
hype man. You could just be in the front row.
I don't know if I can do that for Ivor.
I think you can certainly try.
I can give it a shot.
I don't know. What would you like to do? What are you good at? You a hype woman? Or can you sneak? Or I don't know.
I could probably just like
You could like scope out the area.
mingle. Yeah, just like mingle,
Mingle.
in somewhere.
Create buzz.
Hmm.
Just talk to people and say, "Wow, have you seen this guy? He's
Wow, are you
amazing."
Keira Knightley?
Yeah, also that. That would work too. I hear you're
I do-
going to get a wild surprise on stage.
I do have a question that like I've been thinking about for the last 3 days.
Okay, answer.
If Keira Knightley is disguising themselves,
Yes.
why would they put their name on the manifest?
Great question.
That is a good question.
Why would
and
they not just
also
like come up with a?
likely a legal requirement? I don't know.
Well, I just put Annalise. I didn't put my last name.
That's fair. What is your last name?
I had to look at it for a second.
I can't pronounce it.
Elisaneo.
I am going to call you Annalise.
Okay. That works.
Okay, great.
Perhaps we're in a formal introduction then.
It's
Madam
okay.
Annalise.
The only thing I can think of the reason why she might have to put her name on the manifest is to get onto the boat.
Well, I mean,
But again,
good
if you're
point.
disguised, you could just be like, yeah, my name's.
What are you going to do? It's
Bob.
not like we all carry around pieces of paper with drawings of ourselves on it and birth dates and
Do we carry around some kind of
ID.
ID? It's a shot and gotta like, yeah.
Unless you particularly would like to, for the purposes of. Nope.
No one's auditing.
Man, that would make my job easier.
And then we'd know who this elf is.
Yeah, oh, wait, you're not there, are you?
So,
Yeah,
yeah, she has a point. But also, it's not even just about, you know, necessarily mingling. It's the reaction of all of the people around. If Ivor says the name and there's like an audible gasp, that's like a very good indication as to we should likely run and hide. Or it could be that they're famous or something. I don't know.
You'd assume that there would have to be some connection to her name if it was, or their name, if it was on the. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
do have another question. We sneaky looked at the manifest.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna go up there and say a name without
I mean,
the
he's
captain knowing that we looked at?
a great magician.
Randomly generated name.
Ah.
He's getting a sense for it, yeah.
Oh, Keira Knightley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like that.
However, that name was on the actual manifest with the.
Okay, he can pretend he can read minds. It will
No,
be
with
fun.
the connection I'm trying to bridge is that that name was also on the manifest where we found the coins and stuff like that, so it must have some
But we-
significance.
Also weren't supposed to be looking there either.
Well, I know. Is it someone somewhere here?
But Ivor.
Surely is this person.
Ivor wasn't there. So,
I'm
We're
not looking at you because you're not,
not,
here.
not to be rude, but we don't quite know the intelligence level of the captain. He might not put 2 and 2 together.
And if he does, we're almost there anyway, so.
We'll just hide.
Oh.
Oh.
I was gonna take a
Okay.
dive, but okay. Well,
Sure.
hide.
Hiding's good too.
Just tie a rope to ourselves, hang from underneath the ship.
That's stowaways.
And just, yes, take the ride for the rest of the way.
You're fairly unlucky.
It
if
won't be
someone-
it won't be comfortable, but it will do the job.
Yeah.
Or disguise ourselves or something.
Yeah, and put different names.
Yes.
Hang on.
Maybe
so
I'm
at some point during the
Kieran.
show, I'm going to get this person to come up
What the fuck are you doing
onto
here?
the
Hi,
stage.
welcome back.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to get this person to come up onto the stage.
Yes. And then just, I don't know, present them flowers out of your sleeve.
Right. And that way we will have identified them.
Correct.
And you will accost them after the fact.
No, just get Annalise to deliver the letter.
No, I don't need to anymore. Delivering the letter was so that we knew
Who
who they were.
Yeah, but if we still want to read what's in it, we would have to deliver it first.
Oh, yeah. Thought we were just going to murk them because they're
Oh, we could do that too.
because they're hunting us.
We could do that too.
And then we can.
Well,
They're just watching us. They're not hunting us.
do we want this person? Do we want to talk to this person, or do we just want to get rid of them?
I think we. Like,
think
I would like to find out
A
more.
conversation would be polite.
Okay.
Plus, we could like fake convince them that we're on the side.
In that case, then I'm gonna. We're on. Are we on the deck or?
You are.
Okay. If I look over the edge, right? There's netting, and the netting will carry you into a porthole.
Does the netting
The
go
net-
below the shit
The,
stains?
so the netting is about halfway up the side of the ship on all sides. So any lavatories are below that. Good to know. Then they are
So-
angled in a way that act like wings that are angled upwards to the point where if someone were to fall out, there would be the momentum of essentially rolling back or at least sliding back into one of many portholes that are available back into the safety of the ship.
So what if I could convince this person and somehow get them to fall onto that net, instead of being up in the crow's nest, what if you were down there, waiting for them to come through the hole, and then you just tie them up?
Pull them through with you.
Yeah.
That sounds very dangerous.
No, not on the net itself. I'll do the show here on the deck. I'll somehow, I got a plan. I'll position it so that they can fall into the net, and then they'll fall in naturally into the porthole. You'll be there waiting. Bing, bang, boom. No one will even know.
But then he'll miss the show.
He'd miss it up there too.
It's up to you. Why are you looking at me for approval? This is your.
Spoke last.
This is
What do you think?
your
Yeah,
life,
I
and
got
your
the-
choice.
I could attempt to do that. Does anyone have anything that would help me?
I have this rope.
Don't you have like weapons?
So you just want me to like blip blip blip?
Yeah.
Or just tie him up, or them up, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be like, okay, I'll just sit here while you do that.
There's a good chance that
Just
they are,
knock them straight out.
they're not. There's a good chance they're going to be feeling pretty unwell
Yeah,
when they
knock
get
them
to you.
straight out, tie them up.
Bag over their head.
Why are you tying them up as a part of the show?
Oh,
This guy.
who's the
Okay,
real
yeah.
magician
There
here?
you go. All right, we got a plan.
Great.
Alright.
Let's get very, very drunk.
Hmm.
Not you.
No, wow. All right.
As part of your conversation with Captain Winnemed before returning to your companions,
Yeah.
the offer was accepted, and you can see that the captain is sitting on his desk a bit casually. You can see the holsters hold the 2 pistols.
Yeah.
As he
roll a d10.
has his
Quick,
as he-
Promethean.
as he has his legs crossed, the cape draping over the back of the desk, he
He's a 10.
he takes out what looks to be what is one of the pistols. It's
Sexy Warforged.
basically, yeah. It's gold trim with this beautiful rainbow metal that encompasses the barrel, the trigger, the end of it. Generally it is beautiful, and he starts by saying, if you would like, you can use this pistol. This pistol I call Strikes Hell.
Don't do.
Nice.
Don't try and sell
Or,
shit
and he pulls out the other pistol. It's a much shorter barrel, and it's made of what looks to be brass, and there's a glowing of a purple shimmer of light that's within the barrel itself that you can't really make out its source. Otherwise, it's generally quite bulky and a fair bit heavier, a bit harder to carry. And he says, "You may have instead Old Soul."
Right. With these pistols, are they the types where you can alter how much powder you put in them and whatnot, so that you don't accidentally kill someone?
The purpose of the pistols is for self-defense.
Right, but when you're loading them up, like, do they take like cartridges, or do you pour?
There is a magical effect, essentially, with them. They are bound to me.
Right.
So for safety, should someone else wield them, they will only shoot non-lethal
Oh,
bullets.
perfect. That's exactly.
Is that what you are?
Yeah, I don't want to kill someone by accident.
However, for the effect, would you prefer essentially fire or
Oh.
soul magic?
No, it needs to look like a real bullet, but just like if I muck it up, which I won't.
Blanks.
But yeah, but no, but you know
No.
what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah.
Take Strikes Hell in that case.
Thank you.
Whoa.
And he gives you that first pistol, the rainbow and gold colored, beautiful weapon. It's lightweight and it's warm to the touch, though you do feel the shimmer around the rainbow dim slightly as it's now in your hands, and you pocket it. And he says, "I would like that back at the end, please, once the performance has concluded."
You have my word. I will return this pistol to you at the end of the show, and not some bullshit amount of time later.
I appreciate it. And thus the conversation concludes with you. The captain, shortly after your conversation, enters the deck and walks over to you and
Is he opening the show?
gives you this slight
Oh,
pat
yeah.
on the shoulder, and he
You
says,
opening up with some comedy?
"Of course."
Nice.
Good God. This is going to be so good. Haha, haha.
And he
deal with airship food?
he says, "Is there any?" And he looks towards each of you and he says, "Will any of you be joining Ivor in his performance this evening?"
Absolutely not.
Very well.
I'll be drinking.
You enjoy your drinks.
I will be sitting off to the side, appreciating from a distance as I have seen the show many times. You're in for a treat.
And you can already see chairs now being folding wooden chairs being
You're just
folded
walking
out
yes. Wow, you're so good.
and being set up, and it looks like a fairly crude but a small stage nonetheless made of wood is being set up as well on top of a couple of barrels. It looks a little rickety, but it is sturdy enough for one, being set up at the very, very front of the ship.
Right. So I kind of guesstimate which porthole would be the one that it adjoins to. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so you gauge that it's one of the first portholes from the ship's. It's probably the second one along from the very front.
Nice. All right. So I'll. Yeah, sure. I'm ready. How many? As the audience are coming up, by the way, I need to count how many there are.
How many audience?
Yeah. And
There is?
And then put that much gold times 2 in the bag.
Sure. So
You'll see.
as the evening progresses and the afternoon fades, you see torches now lit around the outside of the ship, quite high on stalks, and it's a beautiful rounded view of the stage that is also lit with bright torches as well. You can see people in finer dress this evening after the evening meal, starting to sit and take their places, and eager for a show. As the time is starting to become closer and closer to your start, you can see that all of the chairs that were meant for guests and crew are filled, and there's about 65 people in total. There are still a few people that have not attended, namely crewmen whose shift it is that needs to look out for the sails and for any unforeseen weather events, etc., and the House Lyranda wizards.
Do I see that one elf?
You can make a perception check as you are preparing for your show. You look around.
9.
Okay. With your dwarven, you only see the one, and that is Annalise, certainly. So currently, there's no other elves guests in around you. You can see beside you, Captain Winnemed looks a little. He fidgets with his second pistol, an old soul, and he shuffles a little bit at his feet, and you can hear the metal feet, shuffling on wood, and he whispers toward you, "I'm a little nervous.
Why?
I'm used to order giving and being in command, not being vulnerable up on the stage. Is that easy?"
Yeah, that's a 10.
No. But it's good. It'll make you a better leader.
Why is that?
It will endear your crew to you. They'll see that you're multifaceted.
Ah, humility.
Yeah, they'll see that you have, even if you suck, at least then you'll have a vulnerability.
Will I suck?
No. You'll do great. You killed it last time.
I appreciate it. And he slowly walks up on the stage. And as he walks up on the stage, you can hear the doof, doof, doof of his metal feet on the wooden stage as people start to clap and cheer, and you can hear the applause almost deafen each of you as you. And where are you all seated again, just for the purposes of the?
I'd like to not necessarily be in the seated area.
Sure.
I'd like to more kind of be off towards the side of the ship, still like able to watch and view everything, but kind of like that loner that lurks in the shadows. That's like not invited to the party.
Okay.
Where do you want to sit?
I'll be hanging at the back,
Looking for anything sus.
I'll sit right at the front.
drinking Nightwood Ale,
Yep.
Yeah, I got one.
and I'll just be like whistling, but I'll use thaumaturgy to make it a lot louder than what it actually is.
Okay. It's very loud whistling. What are you doing, Rin, at this point?
That's how I'm trying to whistle at the
So
front.
you've spoken to me that you're going to chuck him off. I guess I would have, with the stage being set up, coordinated with you roughly what porthole he's supposed to be coming in.
Yep, and you're pretty sure it's the second from the front?
So I would be in that area of the ship underneath.
Sure.
In prep work, just in case something goes a bit awry, I would like to use up my last oil thing, wherever it is. I do have an oil. Where the hell is it? Oil flask. I'll delete that. I'll put that on.
Set him on fire when he comes down.
So I'll spread that around underneath, like one porthole to one side.
Yep.
I have 750
Lube up the porthole.
ball bearings left.
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab a handful of them and put it under the porthole
Bit of
other
Luke getting around
side?
this portal.
So the one that I'm expecting it to come down, I'll be ready for.
Okay.
Slippery things under both the others. I think last time you made me use 250 ball bearings.
Yep.
Same thing. Cool. So I'll have 500 left.
Okay.
Because 1,000 is a regular amount of ball bearings to carry around, apparently.
Imagine if you're like taking everything out of a bag and you just like drop the bag of ball bearings and there's just like 1,000 ball bearings that goes everywhere. How embarrassing.
Also, 1,000 ball bearings would be like.
Yeah.
um,
Sorry, let me take this sack out. Like.
I should also still have flour left over.
You do.
I'm going to sprinkle that pretty much just all around the room, particularly like entranceways, just so that in the odd chance that the subterfuge spy house has the ability to go invisible or something like that, there's something on the ground that should show footprints or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be waiting at the expected porthole with my 60 foot of silken rope
All right.
ready for whatever comes down.
Jesus.
How did Lila go?
Lila had already
Prepping for bad
returned,
rolls.
obviously, before this, and had told you of her failure in trying to find someone. So her magic was not specific enough in the locate object, locate person.
Another question that's not as important as the
Right.
big room prep.
That's right.
Is there anyone on the
important.
ship that like does any trades or anything, or is it just the workers? Is there any way for me to get a pretty dress to feel like I fit in with everyone
Oh.
else
No.
in the crowd?
You,
Oh.
yeah, you certainly, if you wanted to ask around, you absolutely have the ability to change into some amazing attire.
Okay.
And you get yourself cleaned up. You over the 3 days, obviously, get yourself cleaned up.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's a wardrobe for guests. So pick a style, and it's generally speaking, it'll be available.
Oh, okay. Amazing. Okay.
Pretty dress style.
Pretty dress style.
Yeah.
Which Taylor Swift dress do I want to go with?
Good.
Alright, I'll get back to you. Give me a
Okay.
sec. But I have changed into a pretty dress, and I'm just going to tell you what it is in a minute.
No problem at all.
Not yet.
I'm going to be looking for sus people.
Yeah, perception checks for those who want
And I'm
to.
going to consistently be doing that throughout the performance. Anyone that looks like they're like
Which one do you go
paying
for?
weird attention
Oh,
to
sure.
Ivor, or like looking maybe at Locke, or
Mhm.
like keeping an eye, on all of my companions, maybe Lila as well, depending
Sure.
on where she is. I'm just going to continuously throughout the performance be like, gonna have like a Nightwood Ale in my hand, maybe look like I'm a little bit drunk, but I'm not.
Sure.
I might ask you genuinely, on the off chance that like I put a call for this person to come up and they just don't get up. If you see someone you think is the person, I don't know, point your mug of beer at them at that point, and I'll make that person come up.
Oh, and you should pretend that the way you identified their name was not actually the manifest, and that you like have some sort of mind reading powers or something like that.
That one.
Speaking of mind reading powers, in my prep, I would have
We're going folklore.
used psychic
Gone
whispers
witchy.
to link with Ivor
Sure.
to be able to get a cue for when to expect the
Nice.
person.
Yep. Anyone else?
And I guess maybe Locke if
Yep.
he's at the back because he would
He
be
is.
seeing more of the audience.
No problem.
To that.
And that's for 2 hours.
Okay, good.
Please, I'll pay for it.
Okay, so I'll get perception checks from those who want to just have a look around to see if there's anyone that looks a bit suspicious, if there's anyone that looks particularly different, sus, attentive.
What am I rolling? Investigation?
No,
or
perception.
Perception. 18.
Cool.
I'll explain later.
Did you want to roll?
Yes. Sorry.
That's right.
Might have blown
I
your
just-
mind out a little bit.
Yeah. David just sent me a picture. Who's David?
Oh, yeah, you don't know.
That's a 15. What was I
Oh
checking
my
there?
god.
Hang on. Perception.
Ben.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Who's Ben?
Ew. Why does that have to be wisdom? 15 minus 2. 13.
Okay. Did you want to roll perception as well, David?
Hey, Dave.
How many Nightwood owls have I
That is
had?
actually yeah.
Only a couple.
That's why I did.
If I don't have my stein on my chest like this, probably I'll roll perception.
Okay. Not to give you any sort of
Oh
disadvantage.
my
Did you
god.
roll it?
I'm definitely not concentrating. It's a 2 with I think a max of 4.
Cool. Okay.
Perception was it?
Perception.
5. 5 in total. 3.
And sorry again, Annalise, what did you get again?
13.
13, 18. Okay, cool. All right. So during the course of the opening act by
Tell some jokes.
Captain Winnemed, you have a bit of a look at the people who are seated, and you start to come to understand that they're all particularly attentive to the captain, and everyone there looks very involved, very excited to be there. They laugh at the opening one-liners, the storytelling, the general humor that he then tells, and most of them are just short, quick jokes. They
Get it?
and they get a fairly good laugh.
A
They
bunch of dwarfs.
a lot of groans, a lot of just very clean, you know, nothing outlandish. And this is
What's the best one?
you can tell that he's learning. He's starting to get into a rhythm. He says things like, "I wanted to do more, but the ship has sailed." I'm sure you're all harboring a need for me to do more jokes, but there's not a whole yacht of them.
Woo! Yeah!
I wanted to be more anchored when I talked about this, but boy oh boy, it's tough. And things like that.
Annalise in the front, actually.
I'm going to float some more around just to see if you enjoy them. But afterward, if you need to, don't give me a stern talking to.
Ha!
The next one I have a bit of a sinking feeling about. I'll skip that one. And he continues in that vein. I'll just boat jokes mainly. And there's general cheer, general good mirth with it. At that point, about 15-20 minutes have passed, and no one that has been looking sees anyone out of the ordinary at the moment. There's no one that seems like there's no one that actually seems like there's taking any particular interest elsewhere, looking at you, nothing like that. So, at that point, he finishes, and there's a big cheer, and some groaning, some get off the stage, but in good mirth. And he leaves and announces Ivor.
Nice.
Will now the main act, Ivor will be on the stage, and he will perform some
clapping
feats of majestic performance, and he half-heartedly half pushes you onto the stage.
Woo! Go Ivor!
God, this Ivor.
Now, because that 20
Look
minutes
at crowd. Hey.
because that 20 minutes has passed, people are cheering. You're welcome to make another check if you'd like.
Again, just acting like someone has drank a little bit too much and has to sit away.
Cool.
That was so much worse. Ew.
Hey, that's better. 19.
Ugh, 3. Well, that was a 6. No. What's 6 minus 2?
What? 4.
4.
And Rin, you will hear this ruckus, the jokes,
Goes to the front.
the groaning all from where you are as well, although it's a bit muffled.
Help.
Can't notice anyone because I'm too busy trying to figure out what 6 minus 2 is.
So, so you're
19.
you're 19. Who else wanted to make a perception?
I did, but I got a 12.
Okay, all right. So where are you going to go now, Ivor? Since you're you're going to go onto the stage. Is there anything particular you'd like to start with? As the crowd quietens down with their applause, and then there's that moment of silence.
no words. It's just silent performance. So I'm going to step into the audience and make some eye contact. I'm going to look along. Who has the nicest hat amongst the audience?
As you look beyond, you can see that one particular gentleman, one of the crew, in fact, the dwarf, looks like he wears a hat that is a three-pointed, like a pirate hat, though this one is like a light brown leather. It looks like it has a feather out of the top of just a white feather. It looks fairly fanciful.
Without saying a word, I'm going to reach out my hand. I'm going to take his hat off his head.
He looks up and says, "Oh,
Lovely. Hopefully I'm going to...
what you gonna do with it? I want it back." And he looks around half-heartedly, and everyone starts to laugh.
So I'm going to jump back up on stage. I'm going to look into it like that. And then with a little bit of... I'll have to roll a sleight of hand on this. I'm going to try and palm it so that a single silver piece falls out of the hat and donks me on the head, which I'm going to play for laughs.
Make a sleight of hand.
Would you call that cocked?
Yeah, it actually is.
That's right. Roll again.
Roll better.
Hey, that's
Slightly.
That's it. That's a 17.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Even with the torchlight, it's difficult for the lights are playing tricks on people's eyes, and you can see the silver coin hit your head, and people. And the dwarf whose hat you took said, "I didn't have any silver on that. That was amazing!" And everyone starts to clap and cheer, and that just general ruckus.
Then I'm going to go, and I'll say the first words. I think there's more in there. I'm going to turn the hat, and I'm going to cast Silent Image. And I'm going to have a torrent of gold pour from the hat and form a pile on the deck.
Whoa! As you can see, just coins just billow out, not making any sound as they hit the floor. And but they do.
Wow.
But they do make a pile of gold and coin, and people almost not really caring that there's no sound. They're just looking at it. Whoa!
Can I spice that up for him?
Oh yeah.
Thaumaturgy. I can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point. So where the coins would be falling, it's making a ching, 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 ching.
Yeah.
Whatever
yeah.
that would sound on the wood or
Ching, ching,
steel.
ching, ching.
Yeah, yep, and then and more of these coins on top of each other, metal on metal, and you can hear the people now almost confused that it didn't start immediately, but then they get right into it, and you see in front of you, the front row, that just gold coins all abound. Ivor at the moment. One of the dwarves in front next to you starts to tentatively reach.
Wait a second, sir. It's not our money, it belongs to him. But you don't mind if I give them each a small piece, do you?
Not at all. As long as I get the most.
Then, having already pre-prepared 2 bits of gold for each person before the show, again, do I need to roll another sleight of hand?
No.
I'm going to go in, I'm just going to throw roughly from that pouch. Yeah, so that each person gets 2 bits of gold.
Okay, most of them don't catch them. They just half-heartedly and reach wildly, and you can see lots of gold just fall onto the ground. But that's about 130 gold pieces or so. Cool. And you can see that people are scrounging around and people are cheering. "Hey, thank you."
And I guess I'll kind of it'll be odd how quickly it all falls back in, but I'll scrape it all back in.
Yep.
And I'll give the man back his hat.
Oh, and everyone just, oh wow, and so delighted at the performance. They cheer, they wave their own hats around, and then they slowly start to sit back down. As you can see now, a couple of crewmen now start to bring out after dinner snacks, desserts for the crowd and for you if you'd like some. Some sweets mostly, and the performance continues.
Next thing, I'm going to get a barrel. Just a normal barrel. I'm going to make it take too long to roll it up onto the stage. I'm going to stand it on one end. And then, as I'm getting up onto the barrel, if I drop, I'm going to drop the concentration on the illusion, but the remaining gold will stay. I'm going to make notice. It's not going anywhere. That's how you know it's real. Then I'm going to cast, which also should just be an act, shouldn't have a... it does have a verbal component. mutter it while I'm then try and muffle the noise, I guess, with the barrel rolling up. I'm going to cast Floating Disc, 3 feet off the ground, but right in front of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And as I get up, I'm going to make a show of it rocking backwards and forwards, and I'm going to let it slip out from behind me, and then with one foot land on the disc. So it looks like I'm just standing in midair.
Oh yeah, okay. As you do, and you stand up, you're floating,
Okay. Oh,
and people are
little
just
jig.
Annalise is genuinely.
yeah, and everyone's just clapping and roaring with delight. Wow! Oh yeah! And you can see some of this gold is starting to be thrown back at your feet, just underneath the floating disc, as you're starting to get a really good response.
Nice, thanks, guys. And for my finale, I will. And then I will cast Silent Image once more and just yaff out a whole trail of handkerchiefs all over the ground.
The people at the front row just started to go back in alarm, and then suddenly, and they start to swipe for it, and then they just can't, they're just a bit too far, and you can see all these handkerchiefs of different colors start to roll out of the mouth. Huh?
Is there anyone in front of me?
Oh, you're at the back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone.
Everyone.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna whoever's in front of me, I was leaning and be like, I heard he does that out of his bum too.
Yes.
You can see one of the guests on the ship. This human lady looks behind and gives you this alarming look, and says, he's good though."
Yeah, I mean, if they're coming from my stomach, they wouldn't they?
And you can hear, and this is just continuing to happen.
That's continuing to happen, and I'll grab the last one. I'll say, please, for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's from my bum. So then,
I wonder if we could floss it.
and as I'm looking out at the audience, everyone's mirthful. I'm looking for this person, but what I'm really looking for is for someone whose demeanor doesn't match that of the audience.
Perception check. Go for it.
Did I get anything for my 19?
Nah, it's a 6.
Even you looking at the crowd, you both looking at the crowd, there's no one around in this vicinity that looks shady, that looks like they're not enjoying themselves. Everyone here so far seems like they are just completely into it.
I'm going to get up and say, for my final act, as you all know, I'm a wayfarer.
One of them a random person in the crowd shouts, "I've got a letter!"
Well, obviously, I'll get that off you later, man.
Thank you.
I'm doing something up here. Hey. I'll pull out the letter and say, is there a... What does that say? I hand it down to you. What does that say, man?
Kiranoli.
Kiranoli. Is there a Kiranoli?
Cannoli.
No.
You can hear excited whispers. Oh, who's that? Oh, who's that? And people are looking around trying to find the person, and they're starting to look a little.
The crowd, specifically in this moment,
Okay.
from behind a mug.
Okay, make another perception check. It's been that long that you can make another if you'd like. You can see people starting to be a little
I've
unsure.
gone up by one number every time. It's a 20 this time.
Okay. Rolls? 8?
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Okay.
For a what?
23.
Nice.
Okay. I'll send you something. Though
Right.
you all don't see anything in particular.
Are my companions indicating anything to me?
I'm just holding the.
As I asked them to. You hang on to that.
Yeah, thank you.
Just underneath going.
Okay. No one seems to be putting their hand up, getting out of their chair. No one responds at the moment.
Of House Thuranni Kiranoli. Got your letter.
Wrong house.
Of House... Sorry, what does that say? What house is that?
Oh God.
I can't read that far.
Ah.
In your head. Thuranni.
Oh, House Thuranni. Sorry, fam. Wrong name. Of House Thuranni.
At the mention of that name,
You fucking good.
you can now come to understand that people look at each other a little, not mirthfully anymore, but you can hear whispers. You can overhear, and you can hear conversations such as, "How's Thuranni? Are they really here? Who are?
I roll my eyes
would
and
that-
take a really big gulp of my drink and then put it
Why
down.
would that name even be mentioned here? What's going on?"
Any of my companions figured out who this person is? Looking around. Looking around.
Silence now as people await the next part of the performance. Yes.
How far away is the side of the ship from where we sit? Were we like dead center?
You're dead center, yeah, basically, towards the front of the ship, but center of the ship. Oh, so where you are specifically?
Yeah.
You, when you're facing the ship, the ship's front, you're on the right side. So you're sort of at the back, leaning on the side of the ship.
Hang on, I'm gonna take a step back.
That's all right.
Did you link yourself to me?
Yes.
Hey, Reed.
Yeah?
You okay down there?
Yeah, it's boring as hell. What's going on up there? Is it good?
Did you feel that?
No.
Sorry.
Did he? Being...
You can make your own perception check, actually, Rin, if that's okay.
3 plus 4, 7.
5.
No, nothing was amiss.
I hate this place.
The ball bearings I threw on the ground didn't even move. Did they?
You didn't notice anything untoward, no. The ship
Is there not flour on the ground?
The ship is hasn't really moved apart from gliding to you.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry.
It's boring as hell down here.
Right.
Is the show
it's
good?
like looking linked.
No, you are to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, man, this isn't going well up here. I'm bombing hard.
I'd heard some cheers.
Yeah, I can't find this person.
I don't know.
What?
You heard some what?
You heard what?
Cheers.
Oh, I didn't hear cheers.
I didn't hear cheers
We
either.
heard in the
What?
accent.
Oh,
Definitely heard
jizz.
cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the jizz is very loud.
Yes.
It's hard to hear.
Explosive.
Nice.
Oh, is it too late for me to quit?
Come on, guys.
I hate you.
Alright.
You hear someone towards the middle of the crowd say, "What's your next trick?"
Look at my companions in their eyes. You guys fucking suck.
Don't you need an assistant?
Yes, I do need an assistant. From House Thuranni.
No, a different
Nope.
Keira Knightley.
Kieran.
Nolly.
Kieran. Well, is it you? Friends, I have found a hidden passenger amongst us from House Thuranni. Stand up. We caught you.
Bro.
Fucking hell.
What?
I am probably not leaving now.
Just indicate who it is. I can pull him up here. Just look into your eyes. You're standing and watching.
No.
Nothing.
I'm gonna re-speak in Rin's mind. You might want to come up from down there.
But what about, I don't know. Ivor just told me he's bombing.
Like, dangerously hard now.
Oh man. I set everything up down here like it was foolproof.
I'm sure it would look amazing. You didn't feel anything down there. The ship moved.
Not at all.
I'm gonna go investigate the helm.
Because it's time for your comeuppance. You might be fearful hearing me say that name, but there is no evil that can stand in the wake of our country's greatest hero, Farizo Dollarletter.
Oh.
Come on up, ma'am.
You're looking at Annalise.
Or me?
Yeah,
I thought you were talking. Okay.
And,
come on up.
Climb up.
All right.
yes.
And as you do,
In
people
my
are
pretty dress.
not
Jade, you're pretty good.
people are
Hand
not
up.
cheering. People are not yelling
At that point,
in.
I'm going to yell out, hey, that's Annalise.
Silence.
From House Thuranni.
Silence.
Hi.
And
People are looking at
I
each
don't
other
have
quite
a house.
confusingly
The
now.
hero from the Orc ship.
nah.
I would be starting to
Yep.
head to the helm
Yep.
if he's
Okay. You arrive in time to see Annalise and Ivor
Doesn't eat
together,
rats.
That's me.
and you hear half-hearted applause and thank you,
Pocket
thank you very much.
And then from over the side of the ship, in a magical leap and bound, I will cast Silent Image one more time. And up will pop, Farizo. And now surely that gets a cheer.
You watch as the same figure you procured from nothingness in front of the Inn of the Stone Guard emerges from essentially beneath the ship and starts to look like he is floating up. You see before you this image, or what looks to be a powerful figure that's simply floating above on and levitating and following the ship's trajectory. He wears this deep navy cape, this blue tunic and pants to match. You can see he wears golden gloves and a scarf of orange, and his hair is a bit ruffled by the wind, but also black and short, and his face is stern, older, with a short black beard covering his cheeks and his chin, and he looks, and he is holding a hand out while his mouth seems to be moving slightly, and you can see the rest of the ship start to wide-eyed look towards this image, look back towards you. Yeah, yeah.
Do I know who this is?
It's like this world's version of Gandalf, basically.
Would I know who?
You can make a history check if you wanted to find out if you know that name,
Oh.
and you.
That's a 12 plus
I was going to say, you got to dab on him.
0.
Man,
Is that yeah? 12.
I'm really in stage. I'm really bombing.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be 12.
A 12. You've heard the name.
You created a whole religion in a campaign. It's going to be okay.
Body's like, nah, you're bombing on stage.
I just clapped for you.
They're clapping away. They're now really starting to. A lot of them say, "Wow, you brought him here! Oh, that's amazing! He can guide us back to Korth. That's great." And you
Oh, man.
you know the name. You've understood him to be a powerful wizard, but you're not quite sure as to anything more. But he's certainly fabled throughout Corvair. You don't quite know if it's because of any deeds he's performed or as to why. But certainly his name rings out as something you recall. As that image appears, all of a sudden, just after that happens, you feel it. The ship, just in one bound, lurches to the right and sending chairs and people flying, sending you all on an angle, on a 45-degree angle, as the ship all of a sudden, and you
We
hear.
all try to grab onto something?
As you all try to hang on to something, in that instant, as it lurches over to the right, you see a couple of the crewmen simply fly over the ship and the netting. The angle of the ship so stark and steep. And that's where we'll take our 10-minute break at that point.
Maybe it's inside.
Right. It's going to be. It's
I don't know if
Hey,
Kim
you
will
did
take it.
great, buddy.
We're gonna be back in 10 minutes. We're a little late. Sorry about that. Needed to see that through, but we'll be back in 10. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if
We're gonna die.
our party survives the ship's sudden movement. Be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. Don't go anywhere.
That's how you get out of this.
We're gonna take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh!
No! Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
All right, I'm rolling the damage and not budging at all. So let's see what happens.
Oh!
Wrong one, another round?
Oh, jeez. They're calling for a cliffhanger.
Well, he'll roll it. And then
Oh my god, stop rolling! Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much damage Amara gets after we come back from a 10-minute break.
I hate this game.
We'll see everybody in 10 minutes.
And I rolled a 20, 25 for
Okay.
stealth check.
25. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a bad laugh.
That's bad.
It's a bad laugh. It's a wheeze.
Is that a
It's
nat
an
20?
evil wheeze.
It's 18 for me.
Is that a nat 20?
So you all start walking
18.
down.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Just gonna leave my hands like this for a moment.
Stop flexing your muscles.
The GM is happy. It's all bad.
As Amara starts to race towards Rook, you have just been handed the potion. And you saw Amara then just disappear. As you turned to attempt to uncork it and hand it to Osei, the battle's over. And with that swift motion, you look down, and the twitching has stopped. And in front of you, smoke coming out of the body of Osei, now still.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Thorum! Thorum, help her!
I'm gonna walk on over and look down at her. How's she look? Is there any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
How's she look? Dead.
That's a nat 1.
After the last question he asked, I pull into the rucksack from the back and present a cup. And I say to it, "This is King Boronel's personal possession."
After 53 sessions! Michaela looks like he's gonna cry.
You may if you want.
Sorry, continue.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's taken 53 sessions for Ben to know how to say King Boronel. That is going on TikTok later.
I was clapping because you had components ready.
I'd be just trying to keep next to Rook, trying to grab his hand and
Mm-hmm.
just, hey.
Dench, I thought you were Osei?
I'll say something to you.
What is it?
Come here.
What happened?
You look really good right now.
No one's ever really taken notice of it. Now's not the time, I think.
There's always a time for love.
Welcome back.
By far the weirdest way to start a stream. We should have called this ASMR cheese eating.
As you look upon this beast, wind buffer the red scales, blind every haze. The dragon attacks all around you. Birds fly away.
Seven, 13, 1.
Make your attack.
Oh yeah, he fucked up.
Challenge to Rook and says, look, this is getting a bit corny.
Oh, dance again, quick!
It's Aaron Cochran. That's
I'm gonna transform.
Got a massage it.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
It puts. Oh, we're lotioning.
Oh no!
This is very uncomfortable. I'm glad I did.
Shake off the excess.
Shake it all off.
That was wonderful.
Very
I
moist.
have nightmares tonight. I'm not good with words. But I think when I think back to everything that I've done since like day one with these motherfuckers, like you were there always. And you were like the only one that actually listened to me for a really long time. So, duh. Of course I got like all feelsy and stuff. And then Dench came along. God. I was so jealous. So fucking jealous. I don't think it's fair to tell you how I feel if I don't get to stay. That would be cruel. But I think you know.
Well, Amara, I love you. And I will wear the cruelty because I think it is worth it. It's worth every moment we've had, and it is every memory.
Mara's just gonna be like, not of lava, but single tear. And she's just gonna be like, I love you too. I'm sorry I didn't say it.
It's Aaron Cochran. That's yeah.
Can you do that again?
I will not do that. It's that you're trying to bandage up gaping holes in his chest. And
I got you, buddy.
you kind of now realize that your initial investigation of his body reveals that his head is missing.
I thought I had him there, guys.
Tell us the things you're going to tell us.
Okay.
And maybe we'll let you live.
Yeah, if it's
Are you lying?
I'll actually laugh. Like in character.
Are your shoulders like that?
I think
Like,
It comes out exactly like that.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
You have feathers in your hand of this Pegasus.
Do we see the children?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to try and catch the children.
All right. They're moving very quickly. So what's your flying speed?
My flying speed at full is 60 feet.
Okay. 60 feet. Okay. They're falling a bit faster, but you can attempt to.
Is our first kill in the campaign 2 innocent children?
And as you get closer, you see lives. And this cage that it now looks like it is so packed corpses squished together. As you get a closer look, this symbol is depicting two companies or houses, but they are together. They're on the same bit of metal. They depict the house that your parents are working in. And they depict the symbol on the other side of House Tarot.
Oh, fuck you.
And we're gonna end that. And we're gonna end that tonight. And that's it. That's it, everybody. We're gonna take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh!
No!
Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
So I'm rolling the damage and not fudging at all, so let's see what happens.
Oh!
Wrong one, another round?
Oh, jeez. They're calling for a cliffhanger.
Well, he'll roll it. And then
Oh my god, stop rolling! Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much damage Amara gets after we come back from a 10-minute break.
I hate this game.
We'll see everybody in 10 minutes.
And I rolled a 25.
Okay.
Stealth check.
25.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a bad laugh.
That's bad.
It's a bad laugh. It's a wheeze.
Is that a
It's
nat
an
20?
evil wheeze.
18 for me.
Is that a nat 20?
So you all start walking
18.
down. I'm just gonna,
Hold on a second.
just gonna leave my hands like this for a moment.
Stop flexing your muscles.
The teamwork is happy. It's all bad.
As Amara starts to race towards Rook, you have just been handed the potion. And you saw Amara then just disappear. As you turned to attempt to uncork it and hand it to Osei, the battle's over. And with that swift motion, you look down, and the twitching has stopped. And in front of you, smoke coming out of the body of Osei, now still.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Thorum! Thorum, help her!
I'm gonna walk on over and look down at her. How's she look? Is there any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
How's she look? Dead.
That's a nat 1.
After the last question he asked, I pull into the rucksack.
Fuck you.
Welcome back.
Regu.
We're looking good. Perfect. So, as we come back into the scene, welcome back, everyone. Enjoy. Everyone roll dexterity saving throws, please. As
What did
you,
we do just before the break?
Hey, 3, 2, 1.
if you had just joined, the ship, the airship that they are on, has lurched uncontrollably to the right and is now on a dangerous 45-degree angle as people are falling overboard. Some holding on for dear life, and the ship continues to, though gliding, still turn very dangerously along. Your scores, please.
You can add another nat 1 to the tally.
Same.
Jeez.
Oh shit.
Perhaps because I was heading to the helm, I got an 18.
Hey, I was also heading to the helm.
Are you out on the deck though yet?
I don't know.
You're down.
Well, I'm out of the fucking porthole.
Thank God.
halfway down to the forest.
14.
9.
Oh God. We all suck. Except for Ben.
Well, I got a dex of
Do with
20.
heavy armor.
All right. As you are thrown, those with a 1 were caught by the net. It's a very, very wide net. You're holding on
Do I
to
want to kill people?
towards the edge of the netting, though you have held on to the rope. You see a lot of other people, a good 10 of them, holding on as well, and you are on the side facing in a downward trajectory. The rest of you are just on the edge where the large side of the deck is, and you are holding on there. As you look over, you can see Captain Winnemid has crawled up using his metallic hands, dug into the deck, and is looking up and looking around to see what's going on. The guests and the crewmen are scrambling. Those who know the ways of the ship are just pulling on rope, pulling the sails away. Captain Winnemid, though calmly, he still shouts over the chaos, "What is happening, and why is my ship as such?" And he looks up.
As these people are fucking dying off the side of
He said calmly.
Yeah.
As
Still 10.
so Annalise and Rin, you're just a bit preoccupied at the moment. The rest of you
Just a little bit.
instinctively follow his gaze, and you can see something different at the top of the mast. You can see one of these wizards is a warforged. The other was. Instead, you see a being that no longer seems to have control over the other air elemental that steers this ship. He is brown-haired in a ponytail, tall, thin, and with this green cloak around his back that has an emblem of a purple jaguar. And he holds on to the rope that is near him, looking down towards the ship with his other hand just casually pointing towards this air elemental who is on the brink, you can see, of escaping. And he looks, and you can see the other Warforged is trying his best to keep a hold of the other one that seems to be lurching, trying to get out of whatever wrangle hold of magic it is in. With the breaking concentration, you can see the ship lurch a little more to the right again, and you can see. You notice immediately, Locke, this spell of thaumaturgy. As throughout the ship you can hear this new voice from the top of the mast saying, "I see we are at an impasse. I have control of the ship. I am he."
It's kind of
Here's
late.
your letter.
It's kind of late. It's kind of late, man. I needed you earlier for the last part of the show.
As the ship starts to just gently come back to being right. It's now at about a 30-degree angle, though still precarious. You can see people now start to hold on to whatever ropes, whatever footholds they can get their bodies onto. You can see that a lot of them are using, the ones that were overboard are using the potholes to go back into the ship, and are now just climbing up it. And again, with that spell in effect, he says, "I do not know what you want of me, but I am not ready to come down. So here is the plan. Let us work together. I will send us safely to Korth. You need 2 of us, and I'm the only other one who knows the ship. And the controls. If you need me, I can come down, but the ship will be a bit more hazardous, and we will not reach our destination.
Sounds rather stupid of you.
I have my own means of finding my way to Korth without this.
But when the ship crashes and kills everybody,
And
you can make it off the ship without the ship.
well,
I don't mean to alarm you, is what I will shout up. But Ivor is a wayfarer who happened to have a letter that was really as deep as it got.
Yeah, I do have a letter for you.
Needed a volunteer, decided to reach into the hat to see who the volunteer could be, based on anyone he could deliver a letter to, and you happen to be the lucky recipient. That is really as deep as it got.
I nod.
Next time, won't call your name. We've learned our lesson.
well, I hope you have. I know your faces. We know your faces. Be warned. We will not take slights like this again. Do not go crawling in the stores where you do not belong.
Okay, just a note for everyone on the ship, falling or not. Do not send this man a letter.
Do you want this letter?
You could set up some form of, like, redirection service.
Nah, you gotta say yes or no now. Like, I'm telling you, man.
I decline whatever you have to offer.
Ah, nice. Yeah, go nuts. Whoever wants to open it.
I'm in the net.
Side of the ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put that away. Okay, cool.
The ship now becomes parallel again and rights itself completely, slowly, and you can see, afraid, a lot of the guests and the crew look up in fear at this figure that's mostly obscured by mast and rope, but you can see him from your vantage point as
Oh, fuck, we didn't roll a d10 for how hot he is.
Annalise and Rin.
Sounds pretty hot.
Nah, he's a 3.
Annalise and Rin, you find yourselves back on the ship as well, climbing back in. You're below deck. Is there anything differently you'd like to do while you hear his voice booming out onto the rest of the Cloud's Fury?
I'll probably just make my way up.
Hey, watch out, there's oil and ball beddings there.
Oh, thanks. Do we climb in? Wait, do we climb in that window that you in the room that you booby trapped?
If I was there, I would have guided you to the one that wasn't.
Okay.
Cool.
Fair. All right.
Behind Rin. All right.
Thanks for that.
I should stop doing plants.
It was good. It was good.
I haven't put flour down over there in case he was invisible.
Aw,
Now we're gonna get flour on our feet.
it's okay.
I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
You watch as the captain, Captain Winnemid, looks over to you and says, I will have my pistol now.
Yeah, here you go, man.
As you give it to him, he, in a flourish, just
hold on.
points them directly up at Kiranole and just holds. And you can see that the pistol that was purple now shines with both a purple glow and this shaking within the barrel itself. His arm doesn't move, but it's as though now that it's in his hands and he is pointing, that it's almost alive.
Can you get that other elemental under control?
I do not have the power of House Laranda. Without taking his eyes off.
Is there someone down here on deck that can? I'm not going to say this out loud either. If I'm within conversational range of him.
The captain says, not that I'm aware of. We do not have...
Thanks, Becca.
a spare, as it were.
So
House
I
Larander is
started
usually
blasting.
quite protective of their kind, and this subterfuge and disguise, House Larander should have found out about.
Man, you guys don't carry. What happens if one of you guys gets sick? Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's beside the point.
He says they are protected from disease and sickness for the duration of the flight.
Well, then what happened to the other one? Yeah.
He's like flying to the air. Ah!
And the captain just gives a small shrug and says, most likely dead.
Oh.
As the other pistol, the rainbow with gold, starts to flare as well. The rainbow metal starts to turn this heated red and yellow. As again, there's a form that the barrel seems to be moving on its own accord as and you can hear this whirring and whizzing.
Can you stop with that? If you shoot him, we're all gonna die.
The captain looks toward you and looks back towards the assailant, and he says, "My responsibility is to this ship, and you killed some of the crew. Know this. I will now keep watch. Should you start to put the ship in any more danger, know that your life will be ended.
Good.
You have my promise with this."
Along with the rest of us as well.
No. No, the rest of you are safe. You will be. I will prepare the we call
It's
them.
like a life raft, but it's
Is it the inflatable ones though?
Essentially a way out, should you need. I can provide a similar passage to the similar shop, the shop that, the doors that you entered. I can provide a similar passageway out, should we need it.
What if that shop doesn't exist anymore?
It will be a similar escape.
Right.
I can call on a favor.
Did you kill the other guy? I'm going to call up there. The other, the guy who was controlling the other elemental. Is he dead or is he just knocked out somewhere?
This elf looks back down and you can't really see any facial features per se. The cape gave away his position mostly. And he responds, he has been dead for some time.
Oh, you've been doing this job the whole time. Oh, that's good.
Your point.
Well, no, it just makes me... I thought if you were just winging it, that would make me more nervous, but...
You didn't quite answer his question. Did you murder him?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. We're going to have to deal with this anyway.
Yeah.
There are some belongings that are mine, and that belong to others that are expecting of them in Korth. I would have them back, please.
What belonging?
You have coins.
How much gold do you need?
Some vials with some certain rather special liquids within.
Don't know what you're talking about,
You
buddy.
can just go off the side, man.
Yeah, that wasn't us.
Deception.
I didn't say shit.
Yep. Individual.
Is it deception if I'm just saying other things?
Yes.
Okay.
Apple.
Deception. 15.
Paper.
15
Jesus,
plus
kinda
5.
nice.
Hey, that's
20.
a 20.
Dirty
Hey.
20.
All right, charisma.
We'll
Yeah.
see. 20.
Finally something.
Yeah, something
helps me.
you're good
Maybe I need
at.
to start deceiving people.
My deception's really bad.
Yeah, that's weird for you too.
Yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Maybe I'll help make up for it. 28.
Whoa!
20, 28. And what'd you get?
5.
Oh, no.
Hey, the group average is
Yeah, but you were shooting out a window, so we
far
don't.
above
Yeah.
average.
You need to get your floss on. Get cleaned up.
I didn't steal your stuff. That's the truth.
I was doing stuff.
That is the truth.
Actually, you weren't with us,
Anyway.
so he didn't actually steal it.
His eyes leave your gazes and look directly toward you now, and he says,
That's you and you alone, buddy.
We got a medical certificate for him. He was sick and has been for some time.
That's
I'm a cleric.
Thanks.
I applaud your
Something you can
medical intuition.
It is now.
Nice.
Give me my belongings, or I simply don't care about the ship anymore. These gifts you have in your possession are worth more than my life.
My favourite part is that you actually don't have anything aside from your coin.
Okay.
If you do not have them in your possession, you certainly have the eyes of one who knows about their whereabouts.
Hey, Ren.
You can speak in my head.
Yeah. Tell Ivor to tell him that he found that coin, and that's it.
On the floor.
Tell him in your head.
Jesus.
Tell him that Cole Koran spoke to you, and he said that you're a loser.
Oh no.
Someone called Col Karen spoke to me. And they said, "You're a loser, man."
Yeah!
It's like from below deck, you hear you laughing.
Wait, are we up now? Or
Yeah,
is-
you're up
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you're on the deck.
Are we just going around with rocket
but-
raccoon?
Yeah.
For real though, I don't have your stuff.
I understand.
I also didn't take your stuff.
I understand.
Look into my eyes.
I see deceit. Your voice shudders when you say that you know nothing. And you will tell me who has my belongings.
All right, I posted it.
He smiles at that.
They're gone. You know I can't get them back.
Wayfarer.
Yeah. Hold up. But I am willing to help you not die. Because I assume that's why you need to get this stuff, right? Because if you don't deliver, you'll be killed.
There are benefactors who will pay handsomely for it and punish severely if not.
Super murder you. I'm with you. So why don't you, instead of killing all of us, let us help you?
To find my belongings.
No, well, yeah, I guess, or to not die.
Where did you send them?
I just kind of dropped them in the hat, so I guess.
No. I know wayfarers. There is always a destination.
Well, I guess anything unclaimed would go to Avaroth, I guess.
Very well.
So I guess there.
He smiles at that. Well then.
But
The ship stays afloat as we travel to Avaroth.
it's a long way away, man. We're nearly at Korth. You sure you don't? Come on. It's a long trip. We don't even have that much food. And also, when you
Whose fault is that?
when you get there, you're just gonna get murked by Renly and all the others.
We could just kill him.
Yeah, if we can do it, they definitely can. We just don't want to because that's not in our nature. So what?
Look at Ivor, who said he's killed so many people.
Yeah, it's not in my nature. It's like necessity.
You are giving me the option to die now or die later.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there is another way out.
I am curious though. Those coins, what do they do?
At this point, you see a lot of the crewmen, most of the guests are now dispersed, and they're either in hiding or they're hiding behind barrels, looking up at this conversation, which is still happening quite a distance. You and this elf. The crewmen are taking up arms, and they have crossbows, and a lot of them are pointing them at the
hold your
elf
fire.
as well. The captain has already decreed not to fire. So he's already, they're only half pointing. They're relaxed, but they're ready.
Where's Lila?
Lila's with you. She hung on.
I finally quit.
She's just observing, but you can tell that there's magic about her. She's getting a spell ready.
Can I
I wonder if she could steal the ship.
ask her? When you're done.
I just asked what the coins.
Oh, If I can, I'll turn to Lila and just be like, can you control the air elemental?
Karen?
We never actually got an answer on what happened to the pocket egg. Did it disappear after 10 minutes?
You hadn't checked. Do you want to check?
Yeah, that was at the end of last episode.
Oh, sure. It's been
I
more
was
time now.
waiting
As you
for
check,
that to...
it's gone. It's not there.
Yeah. So can I put my hand in that pouch and try find it in there again?
Sure. As you put your hand in the pouch and rummage around, and you don't feel the feeling of an egg. As you hold on to something and you take it out, it's a feather.
It is a chicken.
It's a dead chicken.
But it's a particularly large feather. It's not one that it's about 4 feet long.
How did my egg turn into a chicken?
And it's not from it's not directly from a bird, you think. You can make a nature check to understand from what it comes from.
10.
I don't even have feathers.
Yeah, you'd come to understand because you are attuned with nature a little. It's a feather from an owlbear.
Oh, that's no good.
It's a baby.
No, it's an adult owlbear you've just plucked a feather from. But you don't know whether it was on the owlbear at the time or not.
Just, pull an owlbear out of the hat.
I choose you.
Don't get mad.
Alright, so just to confirm, I had put the egg in the bag, pulled it back out of the bag, and it's just gone.
So you put the egg in the bag?
Yeah, so at the end of last episode, that's what we were testing. So we had put the egg in the bag instead of just pulling a random thing out that I know is going to disappear in 10 minutes.
Yep.
Put my hand in the bag, found the egg, pulled the egg out, and that's where we ended. So after 10 minutes, that egg has then just disappeared.
So sorry, timeline. So when you took the egg out, you put it back in, or you
So
kept
the
it?
egg wasn't originally from the bag.
Correct.
We put it in the bag. I was able to feel around, find the egg.
Immediately.
The point was,
Yep, so that was there. Yep, so it was just stewing for 10 minutes as you were touching it for 10 minutes, or immediately after you put it in?
As in, put it in, hand out, hand back in.
Still
was
there.
able to find it.
Correct.
Pull it back out.
Pull it back out.
Yep.
Wait 10 minutes.
And after 10 minutes, it's disappeared.
Oh, no, you still have it then. If you took it out of the bag, you still have it.
Still have it. Okay.
Yes, and you put your hand in anew after 10 minutes, after that amount of time, and you pulled out this feather.
But where's the egg now?
It's still,
Well, you've pulled it out.
on you.
It's still on you.
So it doesn't. If you put an item in, it doesn't disappear after 10 minutes for you to pull it back out.
Yeah.
To your understanding so far, this pouch, every 10-minute interval so far, it's pulled out. So when you put your hand in, it's pulled out something different, new. To your experiment, as you put your hand in to put the egg in, then take it out immediately, it came out.
Yeah. Okay.
And then didn't disappear. 'Cause that's what you were testing,
Correct.
right?
Correct. It's still on you because to your best understanding, nothing that you put in. It's one of two things that happens: either nothing that you put in disappears, or it may take a little bit more time to disappear rather than an immediate effect.
Okay.
But it can't disappear once it's out of the bag.
Well, normally the things that I take out of the bag will disappear and go back into whatever realm after 10 minutes.
But if it's an item you've put in first and then take
It would
out,
take. I'm getting the impression that it would take 10 minutes for a shuffle to happen where I wouldn't be able to find that item again.
Most likely.
All right.
so you can only have something in there for 10 minutes and then it's gone.
Yeah. All right. I'll pull out the giant ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, dick bag.
Uh-oh.
And show it to him.
I'll be like, what?
In your head, you'll hear. And to get his attention.
Again, you can't really see his face masked by the mast and darkness, but you do feel the ship a little bit lurch again, and people start to panic, and then it shuffles back, and the crossbow starts to aim up again. Lila starts to mutter, but then it rights itself. This tense moment lasting another couple of seconds as the elf looks towards you again, Ivor. Gives a smile and he says, well, so you talk too much.
Hey, I would wipe that smile off your face, and then, if he's looking, put the ruby in the pouch. Now you got about 10 minutes before this little pouch here makes it impossible for me to grab that back out. If you haven't landed the ship in 10 minutes, your ruby's gone. Tick, tick.
Boom.
Do clocks exist? Does that make sense?
There's a pause as a very slight sound of night birds takes the environment, flickering of the torches, or those that are still lit continue to flicker. You can hear the sounds of people breathing heavily as they await the next answer. Kirinoli looks curiously and says, where did you get that?
Does that make sense? Do watches exist? 9 minutes and 30 seconds. You said you're gonna die either way.
I'm so glad you can count.
I can't.
Good.
Where does the ruby go?
I don't know. 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
Has Lila answered whether or not she can?
She slowly but tries to keep it toward just a very, very slight shake of the head, very to herself and you, and she whispers back, that is powerful magic. House Lyranda specializes in such things. They keep that magic coveted. Keeping an elemental in control takes specific powerful magic. That's all they know, but they know it well.
Apparently not coveted enough if he's performing it.
To have this plan in effect, it would have taken years of careful planning and infiltration into their house. It would not have been easy.
I'm sure House Lyranda would like to know about this person then.
Oh yes, very much indeed.
I'll look back to Rin and the commotion going on.
This time the elf looks towards not you anymore, but others, and he says, should the ruby no longer exist after 10 minutes in that pouch, the ship will fall. Those who wish for their lives to be saved, there is your quarry.
Hey, Winnermed, you may as well get that door going. Get the other passengers off.
Captain Winnermed turns, and you can see his head turns 180 degrees back at you as you hear the creaking of the metal of the neck.
Still hot though.
Yeah. Still a 10.
As he gives you
Still
this,
10.
I like
this,
creaky, yeah.
this slight nod, and you can see his pistols lower as he goes towards his belt to try and press something on there. Now I've got to roll a couple of checks here.
So do I.
What would you like to roll?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just wanted to feel important.
You are. That was for Captain Winnerman.
Roll for how important you are.
Yeah.
Can I cantrip myself?
No. No. Is that a one?
Yeah. No, I'm number one.
All right.
Oh.
A couple of things happen at once. You see a button being pressed on Captain Winnermed's belt. It then glows a bright green, and you hear a clicking sound. At the same time, a gust of wind all of a sudden emerges from in the center of the deck, and Captain Windermed is lifted off his feet. And without a sound and with his pistols still in his hands, he is flung violently over the edge of the ship.
Can any of us try and still grab onto
Can I like AFL?
AFL.
Just
Are you diving?
to try to hit him from getting flung off?
Or just like shirt grab.
You'd have to make a dexterity check. A shirt grab won't be enough for the weight he is.
I don't know, I'm pretty fucking strong.
You can make a dexterity check to try and grab him. Sorry, a
I'm not
strength check for yourself, Kailani, if you'd like. You are close enough.
Yeah, why not?
Are you trying to grab him or not?
I don't think I can.
Oh.
No. But Kalani can.
That's an 18.
And also a dexterity saving throw too, because with the weight he is, you'd have to really
I think I had your boom.
right yourself as well.
Oh, it's a 3.
A 3? Okay. So this is what happens. Though you
This will be the second campaign that I've fallen off an airship. So.
There's to be lava at the bottom.
though you grab hold on to his arm, his velocity
If I feel
pulls
like
you.
it's gonna pull me, I'll let him go.
Let it go. Okay, so as you
I'm
like,
not gonna.
you grab hold, and in that instant, you feel the speed
It's just not gonna.
is just not going to happen. You let go instinctively, and he slams his head upside down on the side of the ship, and you can hear an audible snap as this body flips over and over the netting.
His pistols fall off his belt before
His
he
pis-
goes?
no, his pistols fly off into the air with him and out of sight.
Huh. So he fell off the edge of the ship.
Yeah, he's gone. It's okay. His jokes weren't that great.
They were pretty good. They weren't that bad.
The wind just
He was hot.
dies down,
We can rebuild him.
and the elf says, "How many minutes to go?"
Yeah, about 7 minutes and 20 seconds by my counting.
Good. Would anyone
rounds is
else like to risk their lives now?
Are you going to answer my question or just ignore that I exist?
He looks towards everyone else and simply looks back at you, Rin, and says, "Tick tock." And you can see the crewmen now start to turn a little more towards you, Rin. And one of them, a dwarven crewman, just says, "I just give him the damn ruby. Let's just get to Korth."
I hate to say it, but I second it. We don't really need this ruby.
I'm sick of giving in to these people.
What do you mean?
Every fucking necromancer or stupid fucking orc or whatever that comes along tries to pull shit like this.
Okay, well, could you give it to me and I'll give it up?
Then we can just get it back once
Then
the
we can
ship's
just
landed.
go to Korth. What do we care about the house? What have they ever done to affect us?
This?
Yeah, no, fuck this guy. I'm with you.
You're with us? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
And I'll
well-
pull out one of the
It's worth it.
vials. Let's go. What is there? 5 of them?
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, go on. Where's Vaz? Well,
4.
We're all throwing bars.
give me one of those.
1, 2,
Oh, I thought we were drinking.
It's a blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, drink the chemicals, it sounds.
And I'm just going to smash it somewhere in an empty part of the ship. So throw it away from where there's people.
Sure. Okay, as you throw it, it disintegrates and the glass breaks, and you can see the small blue liquid within spills out onto the deck. It seeps a little into the cracks in the wood, and the elf looks over. You hear still the thaumaturgy is still in effect. You can hear this audible sigh as he says, "The ruby?
Is this really the hill we're going to die on? Really?
Well, it's not the hill, it's an airship, but
I think they're for drinking. Are they for drinking?
They are.
Nice. Give me one.
What colour?
Blue. It seems to be pretty harmless.
Oh,
if you're made of
look
wood.
at Lila. What's she doing?
She's just focusing on him and focusing back to Rin, and she then says a little bit more loudly so you can all hear. I'm ready to try something if you should ask.
I'd be like, well, it's got to be better than these two dum-dums.
What are you doing?
I'm giving him a blue vial.
I'm going to neck that blue potion.
Okay.
I was gonna like, fuck. I'll cast bless on her.
All right.
Bless this mess.
Cast bless on me.
To. Hey, what are you planning on doing?
I'm going to try and bind him to that spot. Try and force him not to be able to cast any more of his
All right,
spells
you'll probably want a little bit of a blessing.
Get blessed.
And I'll
just be ready to heal me. I don't.
So I started bless.
I will cast bless at first level on her.
Mm-hmm.
And 30 feet. Who's my companions within 30 feet?
All of them.
All of them? I don't know, what if you get like charmed and you go crazy, you want to kill us?
Yeah, don't. Just be ready to heal me. Don't bless me.
And I'll get these two then.
Okay.
So 3.
Hey, high five. We got blessed.
You get a 1D.
That's a low 5.
Same
1D.
Yeah,
Which
pardon me.
D?
Sorry.
D4?
A 1D. Sorry, I just lost my voice then. A 1D4 on any of your attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice.
Which will also affect.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Oh.
I don't have anything to hydrate with.
This warm.
Warm beer. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. I hope you're not safe.
All right.
Help.
As you bless, and you bless the rest of some of your companions,
Bless.
and you're taking a sip of the neck in it.
Whole thing.
Cool. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, really? Man, I wish we.
Just being poisoned.
Nah.
Hey, you got to think about that.
I am resistant to those, eh? Dunker. Hey.
This is so fucked. This is so messy.
Forgive me.
Should we start drum rolling?
14.
A 14? Okay. As you drink the blue liquid, you feel nothing. You wait a few seconds. It tastes, it's odorless, and it tastes like water. There's very little taste to it. It's a little bit sweet. There's the aftertaste of something a bit sharp. And then you double over in pain as your stomach roils and...
Oh, not again.
and you look down and you see almost bubbles start to emerge beneath the skin around your stomach. And as that happens, you take 4 points of constitution damage.
Owie.
Your constitution is now reduced by 4.
Oh, get ready.
What are you going to do? But not my health?
Nope. But because it's constitution,
Score.
your con score
Oh, it will reduce your health.
reduce your
You
health
get cut
as well.
Total, right?
The total health, yeah. So we'll figure that out soon.
I can't heal that, bro.
That's fine.
You can override your score.
Nah, I got it. Yeah, there it is.
Wow, that sucks for you.
But now he gets superpowers.
Oh, was that poison?
1 of 5.
Oh.
Meant for others, but
Thanks.
should you be so naive and try them, be my guest. The gold is particularly potent.
All right, man. So
What?
how we play this? Can you just stop and come down, please?
Just begging.
Because
I'll be a dick.
Because the way this plays out is we're just going to keep your stuff and then you're going to die. But there's a way out of this for you.
Well, bro, where's your constitution? Like 2 seconds ago, you were like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's been massively impacted.
He responds with, I might. The ship will not.
Have you ever heard of something called the long game?
No.
The way it works is imagine Locke sneezes. Now your instinct...
Already quite angry.
Your instinct tells you to immediately do something to get him back. But do you know what's more satisfying? Acting like it doesn't bother you, and then one night, sometime in the future, when he is least expecting it, you strike and you ruin his day.
That is a very good idea.
So, here's how we play the long game in this scenario. You give him the ruby, and sometime in the future, when he is not expecting it, we ruin his day.
Yeah, I like that idea.
At this point, so, as you speak, that's the amount of time left. As you speak, he says, there will be very little you will be able to do to keep this ship afloat. The help will not arrive in time. You have a choice.
But we'll live. Like, well, those of us here, not you guys, I say to everyone else around us. And they don't have any chance whatsoever of taking it from us. Like, they'll all die if they try that.
For those who can't see it, Michaela is physically holding up a timer. Could you please just give him the ruby? Could I just have it?
Hey, Lila. This big ass feather that I got here is probably going to disappear in about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So anything magical you can do that'll like keep things afloat?
Perhaps 3 of us.
Give me the fucking bag.
Lila, if
Or
you're
I
going
will
to do
take
whatever
it
you're going to
from
do, I'd do it now.
I don't think that he is going to let us live
I
regardless.
fucking attempt to snatch the bag out of his hand.
You can make a dexterity check, and you
I
can
am
make an
blessed,
acrobatics
motherfuckers.
Am I supposed to add that plus
check
to it?
to.
Can
Yeah,
I
it's your
use
saving throw.
strength
Yeah, but like
instead? if I'm
It's
using
it's a
force?
quick it's a quick grab. No, it has to be the speed.
Oh, okay.
Is Lila looking like she's going to do what she said she wanted to do?
Yep.
23.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 25.
As you see, the snatching away happens. Lila says, "Shall I at least attempt it?"
Yeah, now's a good time.
As she does that, I'm going to cast Sanctuary just in case on the only remaining.
We've got a minute.
Yeah, the only remaining person who's keeping the ship up.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
All right, so you cast Sanctuary on the other. Warforged, Lila unleashes a spell with a booming voice, and you can see a green rainbow just start to emerge from her hands as tendrils envelop around the
You might
elf.
want to reset that gem.
As you do, is there anything else you want to do?
I'm going to pull out my pistol and point it at Rin and say, give him the fucking gem.
I'm going to step in between and go, that's not how you treat your friends.
I'm going
I don't give a fuck.
drop the.
Reset the gem.
I'm going to drop the mental link with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then, given what Ivor did, tried to speak to the air elemental, and it started to get shitty and go with the guy who was there. I'm going to psychically link to the air elemental that's he's controlling, and we're get him, boy, get him. And that's for 3 hours.
Several things happen at once. The tendrils wrap around the elf, and you can automatically see this. You feel the ship moving into that slight right trajectory again. You hear a screech in the night as some form of bird, giant, emerges from the darkness below and flies up into the mast itself, and you can see the elf hop onto the bird. This massive winged eagle has emerged, and at that point you don't feel the weight of the ruby anymore in the bag. You watch as the ship lurches even more, but all of a sudden it rights itself as Lila moves forward and takes 2 or 3 very purposeful steps forward and just tries. She's concentrating and holding on to something in midair. You can see the second air elemental holds. You can see the eagle with the elf on it still wrapped in that green tendril fly off, and you can hear still that the voice of this member of House Thuranni say, "You've all been marked. Go to Korth and seek your doom there. We will be waiting."
Yeah, right. We were already doing that before.
And the ship continues to fly, and the eagle and the elf vanish in the darkness. And another silence holds, and you can see beads of sweat form down Lila's brow. And she breathes deeply and then holds her breath and says, "You may have done something. Rin, I felt magic from you, and I'm trying to hold it. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how long this will hold. Think. Are we simply waiting for the help? Are we waiting for Captain Winterman? What are we doing?"
Maybe land.
She closes her eyes, and you feel that there's something happening as she grits her teeth. You can hear the grinding of her teeth, and it's sharp and it's hard on the ears. And she opens her eyes back up again and says, "This is magic I'm not familiar with. I'm trying to keep communication with the other Warforged of House Lyranda, and trying to communicate with the air elemental. I cannot." And the ship lurches again to the right. She says, "Perhaps if I can hold on maybe an hour, but you'll need to help me after."
Will it take us an hour to go from here to straight to the ground?
It's lowering, but slowly, yes.
All right.
I'm trying to. And she, as you look up, you see the 2 shimmering, slightly whitish, almost cloud-looking figures that are the elementals, still side by side, though one of them is shaking uncontrollably, as though trying to move out of its chains of magical binds, and the other Warforged is holding another hand out, also trying to aid in that magic as well. You can see the crewmen now drop their crossbows. They're trying to make the masts point in the way that would steer the ship gently in a downward direction. You doing anything?
Is there some way that we can help you assist stabilizing this now?
Can you contact Korth?
Nope.
You can write them a letter.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a wayfarer there and it's near whoever it's going to, yeah, it's not.
Is it instant?
Could be.
How much?
I don't think you need to worry about the gold.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. It's still like No, it's not instant. It takes it's at least a 1 day turnaround.
How long have we been traveling together at this point in time since we all met?
Including Annalise?
No.
Now it's been coming up to 3 weeks.
So not a month yet.
Not quite.
Try and use a message cantrip. I'm going to point to the fuzzy air elemental. Say, hey man, please don't hurt me again. Listen, we're going to crash and you're going to crash with us. And I know that's not really a concern for you because you're an air elemental. But your friend's still trapped. So if you land us gently on the ground, you have my word that we will let you and your other friend, who you've been trapped next to, go free. If you just stop raging against your bonds and just land us gently on the ground.
You saying this in common?
Yeah, it knows common.
A pause to await a response or an acknowledgement. It's not arriving. There's no discernible communication you can have that is verbal or is through the message cantrip. Your words are common. Your best guess is this creature is not speaking that native language.
All right.
It's just like,
Well,
Yeah.
do you want me to translate for you?
Yeah. I'm trying to tell it just to let us land gently and we'll let them both go.
Yeah, I'll think to it. Say, if you land the ship and don't kill us all, I'll convince one of these mages to like banish you back to the airplane or something.
Like, we will.
Please roll me a persuasion check.
Nah, nearly. Persuasion. That is an 8.
Okay.
It's a pretty good proposition.
Everything is bad.
You're using what to communicate?
Well, I psychically linked with it, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
correct.
need to understand a common language.
Right, but it can respond.
It can to me, yes.
You hear a response. It's hissing, almost snake-like, but with not malice, but almost an emotional charge that is difficult to discern. It's either raging mad, very so angry at its current plight, or desperate. You don't know which one it is as it responds with where.
What did it say?
Like it's pissed off and it said where?
Just safe ground.
Oh, land. Where would you like us to land? Yeah, I get it, buddy. I'm pissed off too. I'm sick of all the shit that's been happening. Plus, my friend just pointed a gun in my face. It's a bit rude.
Where?
Korth, if you can get us there, but like just the ground would be nice.
Promise.
Yeah, I promise. I'll do everything I can to get them to let you go.
Oh, tell it we'll throw in a fart.
sorry.
I don't know if that's going to be a good idea.
It's an arrow.
What?
They-
Want to
they
give it
still
a
probably
fart
don't
as a
appreciate
parting
that.
gift?
Yeah,
A puff of toxic air?
yeah, they know.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Is there anything else I could do to sweeten the deal for you? I know it's
fuck.
probably not been good for you being like an engine.
Say again, sorry.
Is there anything I could do to sweeten the deal for you?
Freedom. Just free.
Alright, will you kill anyone before you go free?
We shall leave you in peace.
Alright, I'll get on to convincing them.
And the ship all of a sudden, you can hear the planks of wood just groan within each other as it lurches upward all of a sudden. And it starts to lift, not lower. as you can see the airship now starts to speed up, and it moves very quickly. You can see below you the environment
I was like, what
travels more quickly than you could have imagined.
Help me.
And as the trees blur beneath you,
Whoa. Yuck.
though you feel no more movement on the ship itself, a calm feeling of simply travel, what you've felt for the last couple of weeks. Though the night the stars seem to move above you. You can see the ship swiftly traverse the sky. As people start to make sure that each other are all right, you feel the ship start to become a little tense without Captain Winnemed, though the crew still seems to be disciplined enough to resupply yourselves, the guests, and make sure that everyone is all right. No damage has been caused. And you can see that the ship just starts to become a bit more lively again. Not mirth, not happiness, not any sort of entertainment happens now, and the night passes.
Back on stage.
Still finishing this.
By the way, you can see that the crew is somber as some of them still look toward you with a bit of suspicion, and look towards you as well. And some of the crew and some of the guests look toward you as well with a half gaze, some with furrowed brows, some with whispers that you don't understand.
It was all going to come together in the end.
And people simply start dispersing. Lila looks over the ship and she says, "We are moving much more quickly than we were."
Yes, I've increased performance by establishing a calm dialogue, which is what a lot of people in this world don't seem to be able to do initially. But we are going to have to let these air elementals go, otherwise they'll probably destroy everything when we get there.
Considering the captain's probably dead, and this is his ship, I don't think he'll miss it.
Yeah, well, I hope he's not, but some guy who's willing to throw people off the ship initially before even saying anything and had an eagle ready to take him away probably would have just done that if we gave him things anyway.
Pretty cool eagle. That's all.
Yes, I didn't notice it on the account of me shitting myself.
Oh, Livy, are you contagious?
No, but I don't feel well.
Sorry, figure of speech.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably that potion you drank. What? It was so stupid. Go on.
I don't know. It's like a 50-50. It could have been like a power up.
Look, if it had have gone the other way, it would have been pretty boss, but
What?
it wasn't.
50-50.
50-50. It's either an epic potion of, I don't know, save the day, or something else.
Have you ever played Quabar Roulette?
No.
Are they always?
It's 50-50 odds too.
Yes.
Yeah, I see you giving me the stink eye there, but
No, I'm just listening to everyone. And hear this very clearly. I will not die for a ruby that we have no true cause for.
I don't give a shit about the ruby. But if what Lila said is right, and it's a powerful conduit for mega spells, and it's in the possession of dickheads who are willing to throw people off ships and poison people,
Yeah.
there's like 100 vials of poison there. I reckon we just saved at least 100 lives, plus whatever they were going to do with that ruby. And he's like, "Oh, you're marked." Yeah, well, already on your coins, dickhead.
Plus.
Action that plan after we land the ship. So, give him the ruby and get it back when we're in safety.
Yeah, give
There
him
is
the ruby, and Eagle comes and takes him away, and we're fucked with the pissed off air elemental.
There is no need to throw ourselves into the line of danger for something that means nothing to us. may I point out. Because what have we gained from this scenario, aside from putting ourselves in more danger, still getting to the exact same destination, and now being known as marked people by more people? You are on the run, and you have just put yourself in far more danger than you have ever been this entire trip. So now, if your name is said by an entire house worth of people, that has every willingness to be able to travel straight back to the people that are after you. Not to mention, I'm sure the rest of you have something that you're running away from that now is far more likely to find you. Think about that in the sake of a ruby. Do we feel good about that?
Hey, I'll remember this speech the next time you're in a room where we're unlocking chests and pulling rubies out of things. Because you were part of it.
Yes, and the entire time I said, do we need to take this ruby? I actually actively advocated from the start from taking this ruby for this exact reason.
Pretty sure I was also, hey, do we want to put all this stuff back where it was so that they don't know that we know it's here?
Yes, which I also actively agreed with. So you actually only have yourselves to blame. With that, kindly fuck yourselves for the evening. I am going to bed. Good night.
You guys stole the
And I'm
stuff.
just going to walk away.
I wasn't even there.
Sweet dreams.
I am angry.
No,
scary.
you're part of this too, Ivor.
Yeah.
She's scary.
In fact,
she's
you're
mad.
probably the most to blame.
Yeah, if you just smiled a little less when you were talking to him, he probably would have believed that you didn't steal anything.
Mm.
The problem actually started with you.
I didn't
Me and
steal
Annalise,
anything.
yeah, look at us.
I didn't. I really didn't.
No, you did.
My tummy hurts.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. She's really scary when
Look,
she's mad.
Was she going to shoot
Sorry?
you?
She's really scary when she's mad.
Oh, is she? I mean, that was the first time she's been that angry.
At us.
True. I'm sure she'll sleep it off.
Hi, Trey.
Thank you for the hydro.
I hope. Might have not been the most charming thing to point a pistol at your friend.
Yeah.
No, I'll get it.
Yeah, no worries about that. She wouldn't have shot him.
But in hindsight,
To death.
perhaps she may come around. I do think you're partially right. We would have given him the ruby, just would have flown off and we would have been in no better position.
But we also don't know where the ruby is at all now.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I don't care about the ruby.
We're alive at least.
I was more worried that maybe the ruby was the cause of the wildfire. Maybe it was the conduit for a very big fire spell or something.
Perhaps it was a greater success that no one knows where it is.
100 vials of poison, look what it did to him. I don't even know what the silver and the gold one does. That green one looks pretty shit.
If I wake up feeling good tomorrow, we'll have a go at those. But I don't think I will. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep this one off.
Hey, also the air elementals, they think. That's pretty rude, keeping them in, like, prison.
Yeah, how is this legal but teleportation isn't? Lila.
Jesus.
Lila made the law.
She responds with, it is in fact an agreement, a written, magical bound agreement that House Loranda and the most powerful of their house traveling to the elemental plane of air have decreed and have agreed to with the supposed rulers of that realm. And this is an ancient sealed accord.
Well, someone forgot to tell them.
These particular beings perhaps are, on the odd occasion, not agreeing to these terms, but they are understanding of what they're doing. They understand their responsibility. These may be simply renegades. What was the...
Well, don't get me wrong, but, like, I don't know, where's the king from where you are? Or, like, the boss? What if they were like, oh, hey, it's okay, Mr. Guy from somewhere else, Lila will power your boat?
Oh, I'm certainly not disagreeing with that venture.
That's literally why she's with us.
It could be that we may need to, of course, mention this occurrence this evening to House Thuranni, but also mention that perhaps another revisit of this law may be readjusted.
No more airships. Sounds great.
I would imagine that airships would continue to exist,
Airships, honestly.
but perhaps just a reassessment.
Well, the orc ones didn't have air elementals, and they worked.
Yeah, but they. I mean, yes, you're right.
I mean, you can't blame the ship on like the occupants.
When we get to Korth, I need to go to a temple. Which one is the best at healing? Specifically, whatever the hell this might be.
Probably a Temple of Pelor, but I don't think there's one there.
Helpful.
Yeah.
They're in Korth.
R.I.P.
In Korth, you're aware that
Just diminished, like hungover, potentially.
there is a temporal district of sorts, and within it there are shrines to most of the gods of Corvair.
Balinor, Mirrodin, and Doldorn. Doldorn would be?
Doldorn, yep.
Yeah. Perhaps Doldorn would be the best one for you to visit from there.
Boldre is also an option.
Oh, Boldre is there, is it?
Yep.
Nice. All right. One of those ones. It's going to cost a lot, I can tell.
Lila nods and says, if you have been afflicted by a poison of that variety, yes, they can possibly heal you, but at a price.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind studying symptoms for a bit. Might give us some insight into
Watch him hang out the window.
into
Sure.
perhaps getting a cure.
Yeah, sure. I'll bring you a sample, no problem.
I'd like some blood first.
Oh, blood.
Mm.
Okay. Sure.
Pulls out a dagger.
I'll get that off you later.
Jesus.
Just wait till we get in a fight next. Just get it then.
No.
That won't be necessary.
Yes, it's. We're on a way. We're descending, aren't we?
No,
Oh, we're
you're
actually
not descending. You are gliding much quicker than you have been, straight, and it seems like it's not descending, no. So it seems like you're not going to land,
I want like.
though it seems like Korth is becoming closer much more quickly than you would have
We got
anticipated.
like Nos.
Why are we not always going this fast?
Because they were under duress. Now they have incentive.
That's crazy. How much faster this could have been. That's it. That's all.
Lila says,
Anything of Korth?
Me?
Yes.
Do I?
you haven't travelled to Korth, no. It's a Carnath in general isn't a place that you are familiar with, nor its history. Eldin Reaches is the main
Yeah.
area you've been to.
No, not really.
Is there
Why?
anything that you need to do there?
No.
You're aware of major cities of the world having trade, religious affinities, guilds, things like that. So just be aware that your best guess is perhaps the Protector might have a shrine here, but you're not sure
Okay.
100%.
But there's like no specific reason or need for me to go there apart from following these guys.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, me and Rin will be going to the Temple of Balinor, I believe.
Yeah, there's a shrine there or something.
Yeah, I'd imagine there should be some other druids, perhaps of your kind.
Do you know of Balinor?
You know the god of beasts and the hunt, certainly. You've been told that this particular god, though one that many in Corvair do worship, has potentially an affinity for not being as helpful to nature as the protector.
Right.
Not that they are misaligned, not that they're against each other. They just have different goals.
Yeah.
You can roll a religion check to find out more, please.
I can't see. 10 plus.
I can't see, I can't count.
10 plus 0.
Blessed, I think. You can
Oh, plus, if I'm blessed. Is that a 2? Is it the top one
Yeah.
with this dice?
Mhm.
Yeah, plus 2, so 12.
That is all you know.
That's all I know.
That's all you know.
Okay. So a little bit.
The Balinor is a lot more of a god of beasts. Nature comes into play, but beasts in general, and the caring of them.
Okay. A little bit. Why?
I don't know, he's like a big part of like the druids and the Elden Reach and what we do. I don't know if other people know about him. Locke didn't, but Avalea said that she did.
Yeah.
In our circle, it was more just the protector that we were following, not really any of the others.
Perhaps they may know of them. Or maybe it would give you some insight into guidance from there on out.
Maybe. Potentially. Is that why you guys are going?
I'm just tagging along to study.
Right.
I thought they might introduce him to Balinor.
Oh. So you're not going there for your own personal reasons, it's just...
No,
show you.
I'm like around the world from anywhere I know, so taking it as it goes.
Yeah, fair.
Lila says they're also helping, just accompanying me for the resignation I'm going to hand in at the administration.
Is the administration like a big place?
So the building itself?
Yeah, is it a...
It's a campus in the city, so it does span a fair few blocks, and it has several dozen buildings within.
Someone there could heal me, right?
Again, for a price, yes. I unfortunately, I feel like, well, I don't know what affliction ails you, but it could take some magic or perhaps some powerful antidote.
Wouldn't want to wake up dead.
Nah, just sounds like temple stuff. All right. I was hoping to save a trip.
I think Korth might be your best bet at the moment.
How do you feel?
Weak.
Are you sure it's from the potion, or
you still feel
just from the day before?
Immediate sudden pains and sharp pains within your stomach, and it still does look like the skin underneath is bobbling a little.
His palms are sweaty.
I thought, like my shirt instead of my bubbly tummy. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
You should really see someone about that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Let me get a skin graft.
Yeah.
Maybe you really shouldn't have drank that potion.
Telling you, yeah, but imagine if it was epic.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but it will be. Well, if not next time, the time after that.
I wouldn't drink any of the others.
I'm sure if we just spent a day.
It's like street food. And when you go to a new place, you just eat it, no matter what. And sometimes you're going to get really sick, but sometimes it's going to be worth it.
Have you been in a big
That's
city
Sheldon's.
before?
That's Sheldon's real life travel tip. By the way.
She doesn't know what street food is.
Oh, you know, like vendors selling food. Anyway, when we're in the city, there's gonna be lots of people offering you food and stuff like that. Eat all of it if you want to. If you're like, I want to eat that, just do it. And if you're like, oh, it might give me food poisoning, it might. And it might also be really yummy. You got to run that gauntlet in life and with potions.
The life gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is my real
I'll
life.
think about it.
For real, that's how I travel.
Jesus.
That doesn't shock me in any way, shape, or form. As someone who travelled only to Noosa with you.
Oh no.
Doesn't shock me.
Ah, well.
Yikes.
Mm.
All right.
Sometimes street food is 2 cases of Corona.
I embrace them.
Should we check in on Kalani or just let her for a moment?
What are the chances of her, like, biting off our heads if we check on her?
100, but it's a nice thing to do.
I'll get my augury kit out.
Maybe I can play my bird pipes and it'll make her happy.
I personally don't think I did anything wrong, but
Imagine if it was bagpipes and they're just standing outside.
Yeah, I'm just outside. I'm just like, and then it's like,
I don't think it's a bagpipes.
Out of the window.
Just like out the window, just like.
Scuttle from the Little Mermaid that's like, I can sing. Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly. Yeah, we could. It'll probably be nice to check on her.
Perhaps you should go.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Sharpening a dagger.
Oh no, I'm gonna pull out my 8 daggers that I apparently have.
I don't think. Yeah.
Nah, she don't want to see me.
I'll, only because maybe she's tired of dealing with us for the moment.
That's
No, I-
understandable. I mean, sorry.
I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Just to make that point.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
can come with you if you want.
It's up to you. I should be fine, but it's up to you.
Which way is a room? Kalandi's room?
It's next to the captain's cabin in the rear of the ship.
Yeah, Captain Junior here.
I'll come with you, but I'll be in the captain's cabins
Hang
for
back.
support.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you
If
both,
you need me, call out.
are you doing anything before?
No, I'll just go and be like,
Like,
No. I'll just open the door.
"You
Yes.
okay?"
Yes.
Promise?
I walk past just in the other room.
Ignore him.
Oh, I'm not mad at either of you.
Oh, she's not mad at us. You can come in.
I pop my head around the corner.
I also will get over this scenario, but it's infuriating. I think if we're going to fight for something, we fight for something we actually give two shits about.
Yeah, like the coins with our faces on it.
Yes, but what? You
Yeah.
didn't ask for those.
No, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, that's something that we care about, whereas, like, the ruby wasn't. So I was just giving a comparison that,
Right.
like, you know.
That makes more sense. Yes. This is going well.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello. Hey, didn't see you there.
Do you both need some reassurance or something?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I just thought it'd be nice to come check in on you
Oh,
after
okay.
that.
You
After
may
the
come
gun
in if you
and-
like.
Yeah, sure. Walks in. Just, like, pushes past.
It's
In my pretty dress still.
It's the exact copy of your room. A single bed.
Oh.
No more interesting
No.
at all.
Looks around all excited and then realizes that and is like,
Is this my room?
No, this is mine. Anything else plaguing your minds that I need to
I
give
just
comfort
kind of
for?
sit cross-legged on the bed.
Okay, sure.
I'm
I will
just checking
sleep
in.
on the floor.
Rin seems okay.
Is there anything that you need to, like, get off your chest?
I just feel like, are we trying to be like heroes? Are we trying to hide? What is the objective currently? Because at this point in time, I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, what is it you want?
I would like to not die, and also not put myself in immediate danger where it can be avoided.
Well, I think that is the abject.
Oh, is it?
It didn't really seem like it was.
I didn't feel like that at all.
Well, I mean,
Intentionally swallowing poison doesn't feel like avoiding immediate danger.
couple of series of
Like, it looked like it had little
fortunate
bubbles
events
and it was
there.
like it's-
That's absolutely
no, it's pretty gross. I've got to go check back in on him, actually, when I get a moment.
Yeah, someone should probably do something about that.
Yeah, maybe the silver one counteracts the blue one. Do you want to try?
Actually, one of these must be an antidote.
Only one way to find out.
No.
5 poisons.
My point is that I only yesterday, or a couple of days ago, because it's actually been a couple of days, just told all of you that there are definitely people that I don't want to find me, purely because I never want to see them again.
You did.
And for that reason, having myself marked or having my name out there more than it needs to be makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable, particularly when it's not of my own doing. I think that is a fair thing to be upset about. Do I think pointing the gun at his face was the best way to go about it? No, probably not. But also, my life is in danger, and I would like to survive.
Of course. I mean,
Which I think is a fair fight or flight response, if you believe in that sort of thing.
well, pushing that to the side. I must admit,
Yes, push aside all of my feelings.
Yes, just disregard her feelings. It's fine.
It's not so much that. Let's chalk it up. Rin doesn't have a great history of behaving under certain circumstances either.
Yes. Yes. I think all of us can react poorly to things. My point is, under no circumstances do I think if we are traveling as a group, should one person collectively make a decision for everyone
We could
else.
group vote. Next time we could group vote. Feel
And
like
those actions were a collective decision-making process for all of us.
I mean, it would happen in the heat of the moment.
Yes, but in the heat of the moment, I could have shot him in the face and taken the
I mean,
the
you
gem.
could have.
And would we have been as excusing for something like that? Probably not. So
Well,
you can't use in the moment as an excuse, because we could all act in the moment. It doesn't make it correct.
I mean, hindsight is also a good thing. Rin isn't wrong after everything's happened that he probably, if we'd given him the crystal, he would have made off and then left one of the House Lysander elementalists with us regardless. And we might not have made it out of that either. However,
But
luckily,
the
we're
captain
alive.
may still be on the ship and may still have an exit strategy for us.
Well,
Had that gentleman gotten what he wanted, there may have been another way out. But you don't know, because we didn't get to try it.
well, many things I've come across in my life. I'm never going to find out. what
I
actually
also
is gonna
do
happen.
think that had we have handed that over, House Thuranni probably wouldn't give a shit about us at all.
I would disagree with that
Why?
because they already have coins with our heads on it.
The first thing he said was work with me. Now, I'm not saying we had to work with him. I'm just saying we could have gotten ourselves to safety before acting.
And I must, to your point, which is I think what may have upset you the most is I don't know if after what we've seen with the coins and our names being written down, I don't know how much privacy you may actually have it now.
Probably would have been more if we just gave him the gem.
Well,
I will remind you that the words said, watch but don't interfere or act.
do you remember how everything started though? That was a pretty big interference. And a very, very non-subtle way to get our attention.
Yes.
By attempting to eat half of the ship.
Do you
people
remember
off the ship.
why that happened?
Yes, because we're trying to figure out
Help!
figure out who the elf was. But surely if
should
you...
have just knocked on doors. Oh no, but he's not in the doors.
No, he was hiding, yes.
At the end of the day, I have made my point, and I don't think you're going to agree with what I say.
It's
no
not
matter
that I
what.
don't. I'm not here to disagree or agree with you. I just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm just sitting on the bed, like.
I'm also not saying that I am close to other suggestions, but my point is none of us got a choice.
She's got a point. It's a pretty pointy point.
If we were going to die either way, I would have rather potentially faced death with an exit strategy and a captain that wasn't yeeted off the side of
Yeah,
the
she's
ship.
dead, maybe, now.
Well, I mean, I
He's
thought we were going
definitely
to
dead.
land.
It's really sad.
He would have, yes. Unless ground is just another obstacle for him.
I mean, I don't know how Warforged actually operate. But I guess we'll also never know.
I'm not too sure.
Anyway.
Perhaps there was some miracle he did survive. The orcs find him and they put him back together.
What? Anyway, I think now that we are going to be on the run from House Thuranni, everyone should probably get some rest. Because now we're going to have to watch our backs.
Yeah.
Even more.
I'll take the captain's quarters.
You enjoy that.
Is there anything you need? Because I will literally be in the next room. The captain's. You happen to be next to the captain's quarters.
Yes. Some strong liquor.
You might have a bottle or two in there. No, maybe you won't. He's Warforged.
I'm joking. Don't even worry.
I'll go have a look and I'll go out.
Are you staying in here?
There's a... No, I'll go back to my room. It's okay. Yeah, I don't think we can both fit on the bed.
In my mind, I was like...
Yeah.
No.
That's okay. But I'll just... As long as you're okay, I'll just...
I will survive.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is that scary for you?
What?
I don't know what you've dealt with.
It was... What's scary for me?
That entire situation.
Well, I mean, I did kind of like fall off for a second.
Yes, I saw that.
That was a bit scary.
Yes.
And stepped in some flour.
Not as scary, but okay.
No, but it felt... Ugh.
Are you not wearing shoes?
Oh, yeah. But it still felt weird to feel between the shoes and the thing, and it just went like a little bit, and almost felt... It's a whole thing. But yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm fine. It's like, you know, the ship's flying really fast now, and we're getting there.
That's good.
I just don't like people being angry at each other, but it's understandable.
That is a human emotion that you will too one day feel. Maybe at me.
Can I roll a perception check?
For what?
For the liquor.
What are you perceiving? Oh, liquor. Maybe.
You don't find any.
Unlucky.
Warforged don't drink except for that one long ago.
While you're searching and while you're discussing, Rin and Ivor, you're still on the deck of the ship. What would you like to do in the meantime? And only about 10 minutes has passed.
Can I roll a medicine and see if any of these remaining ones are an antidote?
Sure. As you have a look through.
Hey, help me figure out if any of these are antidotes or not. An advantage? Does this help me?
You can make separate rolls. The reason being there's no names on these vials.
Pretty much, that's all there is.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey. 11.
Okay.
13.
You guys found it.
Are you doing anything
Code.
particularly different apart from simply looking at them? Are you, if you wanted to describe anything further, you're welcome to. Otherwise, if you're just observing each one a bit more closely, that's fine. However you'd like to go about it.
An antidote is like, should have the inverse effect, right? So I guess I'm sniffing it to find something that would settle the tongue.
The Metamucil.
So you're opening the corks and taking a
actually,
sniff.
I drank the yellow one.
The blue one.
You drank
the blue one.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So I drank the blue one.
Yep.
So I guess I'll get like a cut of fresh meat. And I'll pour some of the blue one onto the meat, and I will observe the effects. Does it do anything to the meat?
You take a bit of. Are you trying to get cooked or raw, or it doesn't matter?
No, just raw meat. I want to see what it does to it.
Okay, you request this raw meat. It arrives. A bit of steak on a plate, and you pour the blue liquid over the top from another vial. It pools a little in the small little crevices. Pools, but otherwise stays as it is.
Oh.
Doesn't move at all.
Turns out you might need a stomach.
Get a wrap.
You're not there, so that's a really good idea, but it would be bullshit if I did that.
Get out of here, your butt.
Yeah. Is there a doctor on this ship? Ask one of the...
There is, yes.
Can I go to that guy and ask him to help me?
A dwarf eventually is called. While that's happening, Rin, do you want to do anything particularly?
I can't imagine having any medical knowledge
I know,
about this stuff.
Are you doing anything different to the scenario that I was in?
No, just watching.
Okay.
Hey, you probably shouldn't leave that meat around in case someone eats it.
Oh, yeah. I just frisbee it off
Well,
the side. What?
If like a bird or something gets it, or like someone down there, like incinerate it. Don't you have like fire stuff?
I look over the edge of the ship. I don't think that's a good idea now. It's a bit far away.
It's been flung.
You may have just killed something.
Add it to the list.
Oh, man, I guess. My bad.
A couple of the blue droplets you see fall onto the deck as well, and just dry up. The particular dwarf comes over. He doesn't wear any particular robes that are familiar to you. They're a dark purple. It looks like he's just using them just to rug up from a bit of a cold that's emerging in the ship now at night. He says, "Hey, how can I help?"
Hi, I show him my gurgling tummy.
Oh!
Right? Anyway, I drank...
What the feck?
I drank one of these, and I show him the blue vial.
Shouldn't have done that.
No, I thought it would power me up.
But he's still breathing and alive.
Yeah, right? But you know, you're a doctor.
You
know
in any pain?
Yes, I think so.
It better be.
Yeah, but you're a doctor. You know how it works. Half of them are good and half are poison. So...
I don't think that works like that.
No, it does. You're a doctor.
Well, you mean one of these is a bit of the
No,
antidote?
I mean just in general.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Like fully half of all
Yeah, if you just drink...
things that you drink
Just drink them all and half
are
the
bad
time-
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
The other half are good for you.
Yeah.
Nope, not how
Well,
it
anyways,
works.
I have a suspicion one of these remaining ones is an antidote. Because
Oh,
if
okay.
you're like if you're an assassin and you've got a pile of your poisons you intend to use, one of them would be an antidote.
You know, I used to dabble in a past life.
Nice.
It was in my youth. My weapon of choice was the drumstick.
Chicken drumstick?
Yeah, I'm lying to you. So you want me to just check if any of these are antidotes?
Yeah.
Fair enough. And he's going to make some rolls.
Your face
As he
is
can
in
check
the
out a couple
of
of
this
them.
guy.
How many are there?
4.
Need another 4.
There were 100 vials minus the 6 that have been.
Look, after about 5 minutes worth of little bits of investigating, he turns around, he picks them up, has a closer look, takes a sniff of a couple, winces at all of them. All right, this is what I know. All the blue ones, all the gold, silver, red, and green. All the colors are the same. Same. They're not all good. They're all poisons.
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Huh.
You're in bad shape.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I cannot do nothing about it. You're gonna die.
Nice. How long do I have?
Oh, I'd say maybe say goodbye to your loved ones. I'd say overnight.
Oh. Well.
Nah, I'm kidding with you again. You'll be fine. You just have to find someone stronger than me to look after you.
Yeah.
Probably Korth, if we get there in one piece. Find someone there in the temple district and you'll be fine. You'd probably end up paying maybe a couple of 100 gold.
Ah, fuck.
I know gold's, gold compared to living. Who knows, right? Who am I to judge? Whatever, right? It's just your life. Loved ones would miss you, whatever.
I'm not a doctor, man. It takes a long time. A couple of 100 gold. All right. Thanks, Doc.
Look, you take care of yourself, okay? Just get to somewhere quickly. It does have, well, from what I can see, it does get worse before it gets better.
Oh, so this will get better.
Yeah, but it'll get worse. It'll get better not naturally. You start to find someone, but it'll get worse.
So it just gets worse.
Yeah. Your stomach may fall out of your ass. I don't know. Genuinely, it may happen.
Second time in 3 days.
You're already at risk of that.
No, this is like intestines and everything. It's an ugly.
His comorbidity factors are quite high already in that regard.
He puts his hand in your stomach, which is still gurgling. He says, "Yeah, your insides are melting, essentially. Boiling and then melting. Good luck."
Can I have like an antacid or something?
It's not that kind of thing. Enjoy. I hope I've helped. No charge for that great performance you did before we almost all died.
Thanks, Doc.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I'll tend to the wounded now that I can actually fix.
Ah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Doc. That's what we thought it was. Turns out none of these are antidotes.
Do you feel a little bit silly for drinking it now?
No. And next time I do it and it works, I expect an apology.
No, I was hoping, I was rooting for you, but
What kind of assassin doesn't leave the antidote?
one who doesn't want his victims to live.
Yeah, but what if he accidentally got himself with it?
Well, then he's probably not the right person to be carrying 100 vials of poison.
Oh well.
As you both are looking out from the deck of the ship, you suddenly understand what you're looking at. In the far distance, there are two things that stick out to you. One is lights, flickers, thousands of them. And you all of a sudden realize that you've passed the forest. And now you see plains and grassland. You look a little more deeply into the darkness in the night, and you notice that foreboding in front of you in the far distance are walls stretching from end to end, massive fortified walls. Korth. And the other startling image is one of another winged beast that seems to be flying towards you as the airship now all of a sudden slows. You see a bright pink and yellow light form above this winged creature. And in front of you glides down onto the deck of the ship a beautiful unicorn. A Pegasus with wings and a horn protruding from its forehead.
And you came to check on me instead of seeing the unicorn.
Its golden silver mane and golden eyes look at you with intelligent understanding as it gives a bow. As it glides and lands so softly that its hooves barely touch the wood. You see the figure on top, a beautiful human woman, fair-skinned, holding this staff with a bauble up top that emits this light of yellow and pink. She wears a white, simple dress, though she does seem to also have a book under her arm. And she gets off this flying beast and whispers something to it in a language you don't recognize. And she kindly bows towards you as she holds the staff up firmly. And she says, "The city of Korth welcomes you. We've heard and felt the magic coming from this ship. We know of your plight. Welcome, and be safe." And that's where we'll leave it for the evening.
Bada bing, bada boom, motherfucker.
Well done. All right. Excellent. That is a wrap for an evening. Goodness gracious me, that was quick.
I prefer a burrito myself.
What?
Burrito.
Did I?
You said it was that's a wrap, and I said I prefer a burrito.
Is a wrap not a burrito though?
It is.
It is, but like nicer.
Yeah, when is a...
Yeah, but if
It's
you,
like
When does a wrap a burrito? And
his soup
when you put
cereal.
the spices in.
yeah,
if someone told you they were
Seriously.
going to give you a burrito and they gave you a wrap
No.
instead, you'd be pretty sad.
yeah, you'd be so
Why not?
fucking.
Because soup is hot with
You can have cold soup.
liquid and vegetables, and cereal is like a sugary sweet with milk.
What about like granola?
Do you know there's Tiny Teddy cereal now?
Sugar sweet with milk.
Yeah,
What?
it's the same thing.
Do you know there's Tiny Teddy cereal?
Yeah, you dump
Creamy
a packet of
soup.
Tiny Teddies.
No, like there's an actual cereal
still
now
milk.
that's
Oh,
Tiny Teddy
Oh.
cereal.
Dope. With
Weird,
milk.
Milk
man.
and cream.
Yeah, no, but it's.
Don't listen to him. He's winding you up. Hey, David, settle down.
Yeah. Oh,
But then, like, what is tea soup? A cup of tea? That's
I guess it could be.
With that conversation continuing, we're going to raid a
Everything's
person
soup.
called Mapsinger DM.
Map singer.
Yeah, it looks like maybe making some maps or something, hopefully, or just having a chat about D&D in general. But hey, we'll raid them. Have a great night, everyone. Stick around for the raid. Just say go and say hi. But thank you very much for the
say
follows
nothing.
this evening. Thank you very much for the chat. We'll see everyone again soon. Take care. Have a great night.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Goodbye.
What was that?